So we had to do that Skype joint. Alright, so we should be dropping on YouTube. I'm waiting for this to pop up on Facebook. It has. So we good there. Let me know if you see us on there, Player 5.
Yeah.
You don't see us still? Okay, we lost.
Oh, okay. I see this.
Okay. We should be good on YouTube. And I'm just waiting on Twitch. I'm not seeing nothing on Twitch, but I'm gonna just go ahead anyways because we got the other two. So, 3, 2, 1, fake clap. Welcome to the AfrOtaku podcast. I'm Mr. Good Guy, aka MGG. This is episode 54, and I'm joined here by my co-hosts who will introduce themselves starting right now.
Hey, it's Player 5.
What's going on? It's Jojo.
All right, let us jump right into story time. The story time topic for today is I'm gonna actually let you kick it off, Player 5, because you know how to word that question way better than me.
So if you are a long-time follower, you may have noted that before I found out that I am 10% white, actually, per my DNA from 23andMe. But you surely wouldn't look at me and guess that I had a drop in me, but I do 10%, and so I wanted to take that question and think about it in anime terms, right? I think that most people might see us and say like, that guy watches shonen anime, sure, but what's that 10%, that anime genre you watch that nobody would guess from looking at you?
I mean, I can kick mine off. It's pretty easy. Delinquent manga. I already said this before, but my 10% is definitely Japanese kids thugging it out in these streets, bro. I'm a huge fan of that style.
No.
Did you
Am I back?
All right, there you go. Who? Oh no. That did not just happen. Nah, bro. All right, so MGG just dropped off real quick due to some technical difficulties. We'll be sure he will likely be pulling back up soon, but for the moment, let's keep it popping, I guess.
It's recording still, so we can just keep going.
Right.
I'll do mine then.
No, go ahead.
I think I almost want to say two. I'm gonna say two,
Okay.
because there is you look at me and never guess that my favorite genre of anime isn't shonen. It's actually romantic comedies. Like I enjoy those. Toradora is like my favorite. I love them. I just like MGG, like seeing little Japanese kids thugging it out. Like I love seeing little Japanese kids like romancing, falling in love, living the teenage dream. I don't know. I love it. It's funny. And then I would say my guilty pleasure. I like to talk shit about them, but I like low-key watch a grip of them. Is isekais. I be talking big shit about how isekais are trash. I be on every one, like, yeah.
them long name isekais coming
Yeah,
out.
the longer the name, the more fire is.
You
gonna be.
already know it's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
It's got to be at least
Paragraph
10
title.
words long.
Paragraph title.
So yeah, I feel like those are my two guilty pleasures. Like I talk about rom coms out in public. I take that one. I claim that one. But isekais, I be talking shit, but I be watching all those.
Yeah. MGGU kind of got interrupted when you unfortunately dropped off. Do you want to finish your thought real quick?
Sure. Yeah, I just like to see Japanese kids thugging it out. Japanese delinquents. Tokyo Avengers, I'm a big fan of, but before that, I was reading like Crows and Worst, and it was just cool to see these kids pretty much have nowhere to go and these like horrible lives that they live. But at the end of the day, they just be boxing, bro. Like go pulling up on another school's territory and just like, yeah, bring out your strongest niggas. I'm gonna draw the fuck out of him. Like, why? Because I have no future. That's why. That type of shit is just interesting as fuck to me, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah. My thought. I mean, honestly, as far as like the anime world, when someone looks at me, I feel like I'm pretty obvious as far as just like basic action adventure, like more or less, no matter like what that spans of, whether it be into the rom-coms, into like mecha military, as long as it's got good action or at least funny to me, that's gonna be decent. So when I feel like other people are looking at me and thinking that, it's like, what was out of that? But the one thing maybe people wouldn't guess is that I'm also a craver pretty hardcore, but not for the main focus. It's just straight mystery. And it does, and like for good mysteries, you don't really need a lot of good action as long as you have good plot. Granted, I mean the two examples I'm thinking of right now don't really fall in that category, but like something like Dimension W back in I don't think it was like the early 2000s or something, and then also something that's like kind of low key and have like a noir feel, but what's the actual title of it? Like Gunhead. What's it called? Player 5. The actual anime title is not like Gunhead, but what?
Yeah, the dude with the no guns, no life. No
guns. Yeah, no, that's right. I think like No Guns, No Life, right?
Is that it? Yeah, okay.
I think that's it. But anyways, titles like that like really get me going, even if they're like really slow paced, which I like despise in action adventure. But if there's like a good mystery to it, just be like, oh shit, like that like suspense, like mystery, trying to think through it. Like that's actually pretty dope to me. So it's definitely out of my like element in the sense of like I can't have a lot of it at once because I still need to be reasonably fast paced, but at like a few weekends here and there, or some days here or there, that good mystery anime, a few episodes. Oh yeah, that gets me right where I need.
Yeah, I love mysteries, man. So I agree with you. Those are good.
Oh yeah.
All right.
But okay.
You there, MGG?
Well, I mean, I see the video flowing. MGG, can you hear our audio?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can hear you guys.
Fake
Can you hear me?
news.
Yikes, bro. Alrighty,
Go.
good start. But that's
Move
okay.
into decent news then.
Right. Let's just keep it flowing. Just gotta keep it flowing.
So with decent news, gaming. Firstly, I wanted to talk about Arcane. Even though Arcane isn't a game, it's kind of like an anime, or I don't know what we're calling American anime now. But Arcane is a Netflix show made based off League of Legends, which like I'm sure everybody watching this knows is probably was at some point the most popular video game out there. And yeah, Arcane is based on League of Legends lore. And it has like a lot of the characters that you see in the game.
Okay.
It's good. Like I don't know. Have you got a chance to watch it, Jojo?
No, but it actually is on my list. I actually don't. I mean, I know about League of Legends, but I don't play it. But I actually was planning to check it out because the trailer actually looked pretty decent too. F around, so I want to get to it.
I mean, obviously, I play a lot of League of Legends, so I know the characters.
Yeah.
So I feel like I know some of the surprises that'll happen, right? Because there are some characters that are like physically deformed or like have something about them. So I'm like, oh, I know something has to happen, you know? Whereas I feel like I would actually enjoy this show more if I didn't know anything about League of Legends.
Interesting.
Right.
Okay, because
Right,
like that was
'cause
going to
then,
be one of my biggest questions: whether the anime actually follows like the storyline or storyline, or is it just going to be League of Legends characters and then just at the couch?
it follows their lore in the game.
Okay.
But it tells new stories about their lore. Like, so I
Hmm.
didn't know these stories. I know their endpoints, right? Because it's still the same
Oh,
characters.
I
So I
see.
know,
Okay.
like for
Okay.
example, you know, this could be any other character, so I don't consider this a spoiler. One of the characters is like a crazy motherfucker, right?
Sure.
And like, so I know that watching this show that this person is gonna end up crazy at some point.
Okay.
Where
I
that's
see what
why I
you're
feel
saying.
like, so when the twists come, you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, you know, it would have hit so much harder if I didn't know anything about League of Legends. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
Or like there are certain things I know about certain people, like, oh, they may be friends now, but I know per the game that these
Right.
dudes are like enemies.
So if
Right?
anything, it's like for you, it's just more like a history information session, kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, exactly. To me, it's just getting more lore. I feel like the best that this show is if you don't play League of Legends at all.
So you
Like
can
if you
look at
don't,
it purely as an
fire.
anime, just straight
Yeah,
up
you just go in there
everything.
purely
Just
as anime.
okay. All right, I'm excited for it.
Fire.
So,
It's
all right.
fire, bro.
Damn,
Yeah.
decent. Wait, so like the whole series is it like episode by episode? 'Cause I know it's new, so is it like
Um,
what's like the content right now?
they do a really good job. So it's all one story, except they
Okay,
break it up into like acts.
okay,
So they drop the first three, and the first three kind of act as like one story being told, but they're all like these. The whole thing is one big story, but you feel like you finished one issue
okay.
after the first three. Then the next three episodes is like, oh, time skip. They're doing some shit. It feels like it's different, and then they resolve it at the end. Then you're gonna get like the last three episodes that are coming out like next week, I think, and
Okay.
I assume that'll end the overarching story, but still have its own start to end story.
Okay. All righty. Fine.
Can y'all hear me now?
We can. We
Okay.
can. You are, but I feel like whenever you say you're back, that's when they just drop you
Right? It's
off
gonna crash again.
That's
I think I
okay.
should be good now.
All
But
right.
but you were saying, so wait, is that not a movie? The Arcane joint?
Oh, it's episodic.
Um, I thought it was a movie. Okay.
It's 9 episodes. They about 35, 45 minutes a piece, and that shit fire. Would recommend 10 out of 10. Go watch it.
All right.
All right.
I'll take your word for it.
But then again,
Ooh.
I'm not saying this. You know, this is me being a little skeptical.
Uh-oh.
Somebody watch it, and then y'all let me know if it was actually fire. Because what if I think that is fire, but that's because I got the background of the characters. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel about
Mm.
Harder They Fall, because I thought that movie was fucking amazing. And then
Really?
but I'm like, I also watched it a little inebriated, but I watched it twice, and I'm just like, I really thought that this Black Western was fucking fire, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure shit, and like, damn, going around hyping it, and then niggas like, nah, that shit was trash. So I'm like, well, I tried.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'll check it out at some point. I'll let you know.
Yeah. It's
I'll give
it's
it a
good
shot.
in my opinion, though.
I've run out of content finally, so.
Oh, for like you've watched everything?
Not watched everything, but you know those lulls where you're just kind of like there's nothing you feel like getting into,
Mm.
so you just it feels like there's nothing to watch. I'm at that point right now.
Mm.
Well, I mean, you know, there's Arcane, and then I'll give you another one to watch it for the people out there too. Kid Cosmic.
Kid.
Check that
Really,
out.
I think I saw the trailer. It's Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I think I might have seen the trailer.
It's like a cartoon, I would say kid show for sure, about this kid who gets these magic rings, and it's pretty funny.
Hmm.
If you like Steven Universe, I would say it's a solid I can't watch Steven Universe anymore, so I'll watch this show.
Interesting. Okay.
If you didn't like Steven Universe, I don't think you'll like
Yeah. So it does have like some pretty hardcore topics that they lean on in the
it.
background.
The topics get pretty hardcore while still being like a fun
I see what you're saying.
kid show.
All right. All right. Well, just to try and say we just did gaming, we could jump into comics then. That's probably the next good segue.
You can. I'll just start with my hype, which is the return of the X-Men, the animated series. One of my favorite shows growing up. Same thing with like the Spider-Man show. I did like Batman the animated series, and I did like the Superman one as well. Like all those four shows, I would say like I'm not a comic book like expert, but I would say built my foundation to like the MCU and DC universe and exposed me to like the characters and villains there, especially X-Men the animated series, because they
True.
just spent so many time like talking about all the different villains that they had and like the different X-Men. Like they didn't just focus on like your core five or just Wolverine. You saw Cyclops, you saw Cable, you saw Bishop, you saw Nightcrawler. Like it's how I kind of like got exposed to these people and got interested in them. So to hear that it's coming back, I had mixed feelings because so far I would say outside of the Disney intervention, Marvel has had a decent track record of good X-Men TV shows. I don't think I hated any one of the ones they put out. I think X-Men Evolution I enjoyed. I enjoyed X-Men the animated series, obviously, and I think they might have done another one that I'm forgetting.
They did the one before the 90s one. The 80s one where Wolverine had the brown suit.
Oh, I ain't never seen that one.
It used to come on like Boomerang and shit like that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I
missed that
never
one.
knew about that one too.
So I can't judge that one, but the other two I've seen, I think they were all decent. So my only concern is I don't know how they're gonna capture the same feeling I had when I was younger watching it nowadays. But like my thing is I don't want them to go the Young Justice route, but shows like Young Justice have done a really good job of creating animated universes with mature storylines. I hope that they could do that because I felt like the 90s series did do that to a degree. There was relationships going on, the love between Cyclops and Wolverine and Jean Grey, that whole love triangle was like explored a little bit in the show. So I think if they can, I hope they don't misread what made that show work, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because I feel like they could go like, oh yeah, niggas just like seeing the X-Men play around and make it like a kiddie TV show. But X-Men the animated series was not, honestly, in my opinion. I don't think it was that kiddie of a TV show to me. So
I agree with you. It explores some really heavy topics, and I can't wait. I personally can't wait to see all the people start crying. Like, you see, they're pandering. They're pandering.
Right.
Like, bro, they was really talking about this from the jump. Like, this is not pandering. I hate when I see that where somebody like they're pandering. Like, why is Blade black? Like, well, he actually was originally black. When these race topics come up, there's gonna be some mad supremacists out there.
oh yeah. And I mean being able to see the thing that I like about the upgrade also is like, action. And it doesn't seem like American animated series seem to have the same budget restrictions that Japanese animated series do when they come here. Because I feel like they like pump out a lot of shows. Like I was just watching the trailer for like He-Man the other day, like the next iteration of that shit. And I was like, oh, they put it in some, I wouldn't say it's like super duper high quality, but like there's decent action scenes in there that I was kind of surprised about. So it's going to be cool to see Omega level mutants basically explored in that show. Like, I don't know if Storm's technically Omega level, but being able to see her weather control with like modern day technology, I feel like it's gonna be cool. Like seeing different action scenes, all of that stuff. I mean, they had interactions with Juggernaut. I'm like excited to see the fights and the storylines they choose to explore in that. And like obviously now in the comics, I don't know if any of you guys like know some of the recent storylines, but I know they just did one where the mutants formed their own country or whatever, and they're doing shit there. So I'm like, if they do that route, like there's just so much shit to do. I'm like, I hope they just don't like fuck it up. That's really my hope. Like, please don't.
No,
fuck
I
this
got
up.
you.
You're continuing something that niggas really held dear. I feel like,
Right.
and I just hope they can. I don't know how to advise them to capture the right thing, but I hope they capture what they need to capture out of the continuation.
You know, that makes me think, like, we know that the X-Men are coming into the MCU at some point.
Yeah.
And then, so it makes me wonder, like, the MCU has always done this thing where they try and, like, marry science to these comic books and then try and ground that in, like, the real world. And I think that's why a lot of people appreciate it. Could be wrong. Maybe there's just a science nerd in me. Correct me if I'm not. But I wonder, like, how deep they'll go. Just like you were saying, like, how deep will they go in the MCU when it comes to this? Because honestly, I fear less for the comic or the cartoon deviating from this path than I do the live action version. Because the live action version gonna bring in the billions, right?
Right.
That's the big hitter that they gonna try and mold to fit corporate demands. And I wonder, you know, what that's gonna look like.
No, that's true. Yeah. And that's the other thing that concerns me, because like the MCU universe is still very lighthearted, and I do not feel like the 90s series matched that vibe of where MCU looks today.
Niggas was busting bottles over children's heads, bro.
Right. It's somewhere in the middle of like the Netflix shows that we got, where they tried to be a little bit darker, and like the MCU movies, but it's like somewhere in that middle spectrum where I would put like the 90s series, but even a little bit more mature, because I still feel like Netflix held back a little bit. But like I said, it wasn't like I watched that show and felt like it was R-rated, but it definitely wasn't just targeted at kids like me, if that makes sense. And I think we all got that from watching it. So it's just like, now that we're adults, please don't try to like understand who your target audience is, and it is not the new generation of kids. It's us. It's like the niggas who watched the show before and is watching it now. So let that show continue to grow with us. You can explore mature topics. Like, you can fucking chop Wolverine's head off. Like, nobody's gonna trip off seeing that. Like, you know what I mean? I just hope they allow it to go in that direction now that we're all older. Because back when we were kids, it was there, but like we were kids, so we didn't care that much about how gory it got. But now that we're adults, it's like, you can just say it, bro. Like, if niggas are gay, you can just say it. If they're lesbian, you can just say it. If somebody's like treating somebody bad because of their race, you could just say it. You don't have to, like, you know, hide it the way they kind of do when it's more geared towards kids.
Right. So, I mean, it's to me, it's pretty much like that they're playing on the nostalgia. Everyone who's pretty much saw the announcement / waiting for it's hyped. They already got the audience pretty much in the bag. It's pretty much now, are they going to lose it, or are they going to live up to said hype? Right. So it's going to be a wait and see. But again, we hopeful. I'm ready for it.
Please live up to the hype. Because that would be the one thing that gets my Disney Plus open. Because right now it only gets open for like the occasional movie here and there. I need this would be something that I'm like, well, I like. When the TV shows dropped, I was having that open week to week. This to me is gonna be what keeps me on Disney Plus.
Oh, true. I mean, with all like the build up of shows and now like the consistent bangers Disney Plus been dropping, I now gotta consider a subscription too. I mean, just to straight up catch up, to be real. But if they keep it going, that'd be mad legit. So I can actually give worth to all the 20 something subscriptions I already have or whatever. But anyways, hey, we'll see. Player 5 look like dropped off. Oh no, he's still here.
He's
still good.
I started sneezing. You feel me?
Gotcha.
I couldn't stop sneezing.
The allergies hitting you, my guy.
Yeah, they hitting me, all these damn plants falling off these trees, man.
The struggle.
Getting me.
But anyways, I just wanted to. Well, I mean, as we at least all seen, I think like a few days ago, the teaser trailers for the next Marvel series pretty much are going to be starting let's see, we got She-Hulk, Moonnight, and Miss Marvel, and I feel like they did one more. Now that I'm saying it out loud, But in any case, I know for sure She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and Miss Marvel. I checked them out, but I personally don't know enough as far as like the comic worlds, at least for these specific heroes, to know much as far as like minus the basics and what we just been seeing on social media in general. I believe Moon Knight low-key might be a favorite. I didn't realize how popular it was, so I've been like checking out the community, but I wanted to almost like put it in your guys's or maybe even just Player 5's court as far as to like talk about his thoughts on like the heroes in general / like the teaser trailers.
Wait 1 second before you do it. I just wanted to shout out Inquisitive Mug. He reminded me of what the third show was. Wolverine and the X-Men was the other one.
Yeah, that was fire.
Right.
That was fire though.
Shout out to you. Thanks for that, because I totally forgot about it. But I knew there was something else.
No, I recall that.
All right, my bad. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like these shows are where we starting to get into like the C tier of like Marvel's people. Is like, yeah, your average person is not gonna know shit about these guys. Your average like nerd adjacent person might know of their names or something like that. But then like people who are like, yo, these are my favorite, like that's obscure. That's an obscure favorite.
That's some
Like,
bullshit.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. There's some niggas out there that's their thing. You feel me?
So would you put Shang-Chi in that group as well, or
Shang-Chi lower than them niggas? Because if any nigga ever came out and was like, bro, Shang-Chi was my favorite, cap. Cap. Don't nobody know about him like that, boy. But like, if somebody said She-Hulk or Moon Knight or Miss Marvel were their favorite, I'd have been like, okay, I guess, like, sure. Most of like She-Hulk and Miss Marvel are almost kind of like joke characters, and I know niggas gonna get mad when I say that about Miss Marvel, but she's a fucking kid that can stretch. Like, come on, bro, she there for comical relief. It's whatever. She-Hulk, really like a joke character. Like, I get it, she's strong, but her main shtick is being a bad bitch Hulk who breaks the fourth wall. Like,
she breaks the fourth. Oh, really? Okay.
Now, when her and Deadpool get together, that ought to be some funny shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you notice we in the show? Like, yeah, we in the show. That would be. You know? So that's the only thing I'm really caring about this whole She-Hulk business is fourth wall breaks. I think that'll be the first fourth wall break in the MCU.
I guess we can't count Deadpool because technically he's not in it.
Yeah, he ain't in there yet. So
it's now, right? I think it is now though, but I think we haven't had a movie in the new shits.
Yeah, I count it once you get your movie. Once you get your movie with the title, with the backsplash, all right, you MCU, bro, you in here.
All right.
Moon Knight, he's kind of like I don't want to call him a Batman knockoff because that's a little disrespectful. He just happened to wear a cape like that nigga. That's it. He a crazy nigga for real. He like got possessed on like some magic god type shit, evil god type nigga, and he go crazy and beat niggas up in a costume, bro. Oh, wow. That's what he do.
That's literally what he do. That's crazy.
So. I mean, the trailer looked cold. The trailer looked like they kind of like a horror, like you were on his end of it, kind of like with what was that X-Men show, Legion? Kind of like Legion, where you experiencing his freakouts like through his perspective.
Oh, so you don't know what's what?
Yeah, because I saw in like the trailer they had a couple scenes where like he would keep walking, but his reflections were just standing still or some shit like that. So like that nigga. But that's good because in the comics he be tweaking, like he just be like, "I'm whooping ass today," like. So, and then Miss Marvel, I don't know what the fuck they gonna do as far as her actual background because she got like this whole fucking thing, but she stretches and is a Captain Marvel fangirl. If that doesn't scream joke character to me, I don't know what is.
Oh god, that's not gonna be fun because I'm not a big fan of Captain Marvel in the movies. She's so like elitist. It's not even funny. It's just like every time she show up, it's like really Thanos. I have all these things to do. I'm like,
she a Rock Lee ass nigga.
Yeah.
No W's. I'm just gonna go whoop Thanos ass. Well, where the fuck was you when he came to Earth?
Thank you. And he was traveling to all these other planets. You wasn't doing shit about it. But now you got
that nigga kill half planets, bro. It ain't that big a deal to me. Like,
now you got other issues. She thinks she like the Green Lantern Corps. That's what bothered me about her. She thinks like by herself she's the Green Lantern Corps. Like the entire universe relies on her. I'm like, there are multi-universal level beings. There's the Watcher. There's a whole bunch of niggas in the Marvel universe that are taking care of issues. They not worried about you, bro. Like nobody's calling for you for help like that.
But
like,
you know what that just made me think of?
what?
Don't you know how everybody basically hate her? If in her second movie, if she get drugged, like a nigga really put hands on her, bro, you feel me, and humble her ass, we'll start liking her because I'm like, all right, if she get humbled, I'll fuck with her because she been arrogant for a grip. Somebody needs to sit her ass down for real.
Right. And I don't think her movie was bad. I just think the way they showed her, like, as it relates to the other Avengers later, is where I started to hating her. Like, I thought her movie was fine. Shit was cool. And it makes sense now, probably, why her and Nick Fury got along so well, because they're both assholes. But it's like, after the fact, whenever she was experiencing other shit, she just likes to act like she's so busy doing other things. And I felt like it was like a bad excuse on the writer standpoint, because I know why they're doing it. They're doing it because they want to have an excuse not to explain away why she's not there and just saving everything. But they just picked a really stupid way to do it, because now she just looks like a bitch all the time. I'm just like, why you guys keep calling my line? I got other shit to do. I'm like, bitch, then you're not in the Avengers, bro. Like,
own planet.
Well, anyways, yeah. No, but
I think Deuce was trying to say something, but you were real quiet.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Man, this apple's always
It's that Apple shit, bro.
Who?
Tough. You there?
Oh, he's actually on PC this round. Okay.
Oh yeah, damn. Yeah, I can't.
No, but wait, what'd you say though about this? What'd you say though?
Someone said something? You talking to me?
No, I was talking to Doc.
Is he saying something?
I mean, you just like super low. He is saying something, but he's just super low.
Yeah, you crazy.
It sound like that nigga whispering, bro. I can't hear. I'm looking into my camera trying to hear him.
Yeah, see, I didn't hear a word you just said. Like real talk. Oh, you petty. You petty. All right, but
Y'all got super ears. But anyway, what I was gonna say on the teaser trailers, though, I do hope that the MCU takes the opportunity to not make sameness. I felt like it all worked for the Avengers, like how the movies were very lighthearted and in similar themes. But like once you start touching all these other characters, I hope they allow them to, like, it depends, because for some of these, like you said, they're not well known, so they can kind of do what they want with the story.
That's true.
But I like the freedom to let them be who they kind of are theme-wise, like where they're going with the Moonnight movie. Instead of trying to make him like a superhero, you're embracing his natural character traits, which is the craziness and all that stuff, and basically making maybe a thriller type of film versus a big threat, action-y focused type of movie. So
True.
I hope that as they're expanding this repertoire, they open their writing in that same way of just like, we can let these characters be what they are, even though I know the Internals didn't do too hot. I didn't watch it yet, but niggas have not been a fan of that. I hope that doesn't deter them from like writing how they feel like the characters should show up.
I feel like the only thing, I don't think it's gonna deter them, and I know it won't, because before them niggas was Marvel, them niggas put out 2 Thor movies that was ass. They was like, nigga, we powering through it. Fuck you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think this little flop gonna deter them at all. But one issue I have with Eternals that I won't, it won't be super spoilery, is that I feel like when we were watching all the other Marvel movies, you felt like you were watching the world grow alongside you. But then when you go back to Eternals and you was like, what? So I missed these niggas? What the fuck was they doing? We had some dumbass reason for why we was scratching our ass, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, damn, it make it feel like, oh, so basically everything that I just watched and thought I was growing with or seeing unfold was like, nah, you weren't really there for the shit. We got shit in the back. They was just staying in the back, though. Like, I don't like that. It kind of disconnects from the world a little bit. I'm still waiting to see how they bring shit together, but overall, they could have left Eternals at home, bro.
Damn.
That shit ugly.
And I was excited for it too because I love those types of movies where it's like a team of niggas kind of coming together with their own different unique traits and attributes. I know that sounds very generic, but I felt like that's how they sold Eternals to be. So I was excited to see it, but then it's like as soon as that shit dropped, I already heard the like.
You sound equally low, by the way.
Me.
Deuce, not you.
Oh.
I hear you because I got on these thick ass headphones, but he did.
When they're coming back.
Maybe he's gonna pop back in.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Yeah. That's it about them trailers. I'm hyped for Hawkeye though. Niggas be hating on my boy.
really,
But
Here we go.
I like him. Like I don't know, he's so likable. I feel like if I really had to sit down and hang with an adventure, I wouldn't want to fuck with none of them niggas. But Hawkeye, I could kick it with that nigga.
really.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fuck with Tony Stark. He annoying as fuck. Bruce Banner, bitch made.
Damn. Patty.
Pat probably don't like me because I'm black. If I'm just being real.
Damn.
But he got Falcon on his team though.
That was just for PR, bro.
Wow.
Who we got? What's that bitch Black Widow? I'm gonna want to hit, and she probably will kill me if I try. You feel me?
100%.
So like, only nigga I can fuck with is Hawkeye. He'd be cool.
All right,
But that's only
testing.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
we got you.
We outside.
All right, Deuce in the building. We good.
But yeah, like I feel you, but like I also don't at the same time. I feel like you're forced to feel that way about him because they purposely made him the like like a regular nigga. Like he lives on the fucking farm somewhere. Honestly, I think you probably get along with Thor more than anybody because he seems like the type that'd just be like, yeah, what's up? Like just start a conversation with you.
That's true.
But he'd be the person that gets you into some dumb shit because he doesn't realize you're not as super as he is. So he would be like, yeah, he'd be like, yeah, I just fly to this like hot ass planet and I just chill in the lava pits. Like, yeah, come with me sometime. And he'd be like, yo, nigga, that is not a temperature my body can withstand. Oh, you humans, you just pussyfooting. Like, no, nigga, I'm really gonna die if I do this shit.
Tough.
Anyways.
Damn.
Jumping into the anime news, I'm gonna kick it off with Netflix live action One Piece series. Personally, I am not excited for this. I do not think it's gonna be good. And even if it is good, I don't think it's gonna be good because just the way One Piece is built, it is such a slow build. Like I don't understand how they're gonna go about making this show. Like Oda's involved. Yeah, Oda's involved, which I'm surprised, but like I don't know how they're gonna build this show into something I'm interested in watching. But
Like the story part of it for me, that's not gonna be a problem. I think it would be weird to look at. To me, One Piece isn't really something that you can easily replicate with live action. You're gonna have to throw a shit ton of money at it, and I don't think they're gonna do that. So
they gonna have some editors cutting the fat off niggas' legs, bro.
Yo, fat.
Walking on
your ass a little too slow, my guy. Your ass too slow, my guy.
Can't do it.
The body work gonna be great.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. How you gonna do that shit? And, like that shit gonna be hilarious.
That was a good point. That's a very good point.
No, you're right.
Just the look and feel of One Piece in live action form.
Them stupid African characters. There's no way, bro. There's no
and
way.
it's already hard, yeah, because they did it with the like Bleach live action, even the Full Metal Alchemist live action. Like that's kind of the problem for me. I think that's one of the things that holds the live action transitions back is that when they try to stay true to the story, like those colors and shit and the flashiness of it doesn't translate. Like that should be something that doesn't carry over because it just looks really odd in the live action. Like niggas with blue hair, shitty wigs. They never really have good wigs with the shit either. It's just weird.
But they, and even Bleach still makes more sense to me because it's really at the end of the day it's just niggas with swords.
Yeah.
But fucking One Piece, Chopper gonna be so many like
Chopper
like how you gonna it doesn't even make sense. That's gonna be they gotta throw a real like a MCU budget at that if they really want to make it like it should be, and they won't.
And it takes so long. That's my thing. Like One Piece has been going on for years. Like how do they really think that this is gonna catch people? Because those first few episodes don't. Like that first arc, is slow as fuck. Like to me, I don't even know when I would say that One Piece picks up, but it's definitely not like within the first 20 episodes. So I don't know how they're pulling this off, but I guess they saw how much money it made. So
right, like the one plus I would say was that because they're starting it off, that's probably going to be the easiest to make live action. As far as like thinking about like just the redonkulousness of the One Piece world in the first place, like meeting Zoro, first meeting like Nami and Usopp, that's gonna be like the easiest things in the world. At least as far as like One Piece to make live action.
Yeah,
so
that's that's easy.
Cat Homie is not that flashy, so
right, like it's pretty much just like real, just like basic pirate-ish with like the gum fruit. Really being like the only crazy superpowered even-ish from what I can recall.
That's easy too. That's just like Fantastic Four, Buddy, like that's easy enough. Like when they start getting to other Devil Fruit. Oh yeah, fact.
Lame live action. Like Reed Richards has not been like a great character to watch.
But I think the beginning of One Piece looks kind of lame in general though. So like until they get into the other Devil Fruits and really until like Water 7 and them niggas got a little stronger. It was basic until then, so you could live action that shit. But
okay, as the one non
Player 5 got that Boost Mobile Wi-Fi.
to go with your motherfucking GameStop phone, earpiece, nigga.
From left field with the shits, but you saying something
as a non One Piece fan. Boost Mobile, fuck.
He had that one charged up. That was too good. The moment he brought it up, it really felt like he was like, yeah, this one was too good.
Nah, bro. You were in the scope. You were in the scope, bro. He's just waiting for you. Just waiting for you.
I was waiting for him to get back. Like, I don't know if he can hear me right now, you know?
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Well, as a non One Piece fan, bro, no, that shit was goofy looking the entire time. I don't think even attempting to make it comic book accurate would work. Like, bro, it's a goofy ass art. They art keep most niggas from fucking with it. Mm-hmm. Like, and the length, but yeah, like, they can't do that. They might as well. They gotta figure they need Jesus, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
Or that shit gonna be a flop.
I think the community is gonna hype it though, just to a degree. Only because see, this is why I'm on TikTok, bro, and TikTok has created a new like One Piece fan base that most niggas is not aware of. Like, there's a bunch of people who just like caught up fully to One Piece, like in the past year. So like, they cannot stop hyping it. Like literally, One Piece on TikTok is a thing. There's a whole sub thing of these niggas. They really love that shit. So until it comes out and we find out it sucks, I think that it's gonna continue to get hyped until it gets released. And
I think people shit on these live action anime shits all the time. Like people shit on that shit hard. Like watching the actual anime, that's different because like that's the medium it's supposed to be in. But most of the live action is trash, and I think people think that they mostly trash. Also, I don't think people hype up to the live action. There was only one one recently that came out that looked pretty good. I forgot the name of it though.
Squid Game.
No, it was it was a show. It was an anime.
I know Squid Game. That's what
Squid Game was an anime.
No,
yeah, I think it might have been Cowboy Bebop. Might have been that.
Oh, Cowboy Bebop. I mean, that is wait, was that released yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
They keep telling me in Netflix though, like that. You know, Cowboy Bebop the anime is popping. I think people are rewatching that shit to
getting ready for it.
Yeah.
Niggas got me let the fuck down. I ain't seen a good anime adaptation yet.
That's facts. Well, like we've talked about this before at length. I think we've had like at least an hour-long discussion about all the things they could do to make it better, and no one's listening. I think they think by like putting Oda's name on it is gonna like help boost it more. But to me, I was like, if I was Oda, that was the dumbest thing you could have ever done, bro. Because this shit is gonna flop. And your name was like almost infallible. Like niggas was not talking shit about you before.
You think Oda give a fuck? They gave that nigga a check He got a
100%.
check,
They
a
dropped
big
the
check,
bag.
more than Shonen Jump Party ever gave his ass. So like,
American check, boy. I'm out.
right, he ain't getting no fuck. He's like, fuck
But
that
to
shit.
me, I think he stamps like the movies that they put out as well, like the side One Piece movies.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
those be good. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just like, it seemed like he had some integrity, but I'm just like, bro, I think you know this shit gonna fly.
Nigga, everybody has a price.
I guess so.
Everybody got a
Netflix
price.
slapped that Baki bag on his ass, bro. They said,
He ain't never seen no bread like that.
Never. Definitely not at Shonen Jump, boy.
I'm telling you. But if I was his ass, he definitely like just watching them film shit, laughing in the back of his mind, like this shit is not gonna go well.
It's all good.
All right. But next thing, second season of Devil's a Part-Timer got announced. Did we have a date on that, Jojo? I'm excited.
Not yet. It's like they just, I think, announced that like within a couple of weeks, if I'm right. But no, I don't think the date's out yet, but it should be soonish. I feel like it's been in the works for at least a hot minute, maybe. Yeah. In any case, I'm excited for it. And it also seemed, I mean, there's other anime that I feel like are starting to get second seasons from back in the day. Like, not all of which that I'm familiar with. But like, long story short, I think animators are finally looking back. You know what I mean? As far as the like in anime that only got the one season, people were hot about it, and they're actually starting to like weed through them and actually start picking some for second seasons, etc. So I mean, F around. I mean, maybe starting next year into like the next couple of years, they really will just start grabbing anime from the bags. Yeah. So hopefully it's not the first one too. But yeah, it should be decent.
I'm excited for it. It's long overdue. I think if they pulling shit from the back, they definitely need to get Bloodland finished, because I really enjoyed the fuck out of Bloodland. They need to finish that, and they need to finish Maggie. Those two are like some shits that they definitely been bullshitting on. That like had, well, Bloodland, I'll give it to them. It was like maybe it didn't have a big fan base, but it did go to Toonami, so I feel like that is some evidence that niggas fucked with it. But Maggie definitely had like a fan base big enough that I'm surprised why they did not continue that.
They didn't finish Maggie?
Huh?
Not
they
finished.
Never finished
it. They subsectioned as far as getting Sinbad in the mix, and like people love Sinbad.
And I think they finished that side story up. Like I think Sinbad no Boatman got like to completion, but like regular Maggie, no, they never ended that story.
Maggie ended though, right? Like the manga ended.
The manga ended.
I don't even know if they finished it.
The anime stopped like before shit got really real. Like it was before we found out all the things about Sinbad and all this other shit.
Hey, that nigga Sinbad was different though.
Yeah.
Facts.
But yeah, I'm hyped for it. Did you want to talk about the Alice in Borderland Squid Game stuff?
Yeah. And then like just to keep it like just straight anime real quick. I mean, well, I'm pretty sure the community already know this, but the next JoJo branch is going to be released now very soon on December 1st. So here we go. I mean, they said, I don't think 12 eps is like the whole season, obviously, but on December 1st, they are releasing the first 12 episodes straight up. So you can expect like memes, gifs, etc., whatever, that the community is going to be popping on December 1st, guaranteed. So
I'm definitely gonna watch it. It is the one. So I've read like half of part 5, and then I watched the anime. This one, I know how it ends, but I never read any of it, and I know a little bit about the characters, so I'm actually kind of going in a little blind to this one. So I'm excited to like get through it. Plus, it's a girl as the protagonist. She's in prison. I think it's gonna be interesting. It's your typical JoJo shit. The real question is what happens after this, because after this season is where the story I wouldn't say drastically changed, but like it gets like multi-dimensional type shit. If is the best way for me to describe it without spoiling too much. So I don't know how it's gonna keep the fan base past that one.
So it's like that next stage from the whole Hamon to stands, and now the next thing is going to be like the multi-dimensional stuff you're talking about.
Something totally different, yeah. That's the best way to describe it. It's not what has been going on.
Damn. Well, get ready for it. It's going to happen soon, right after Thanksgiving. That's around. And then last, as far as the season 2 announcements for the Netflix shows, Alice in Borderland and Squid Game got a second season announced also. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't gotta say much about Squid Game since we already know it. They didn't announce when the season 2 will be announced, but it's gonna be coming. And then Alice in Borderland, which I try to hype up. People don't want to listen sometimes, but in any case, I believe that was based off of a manga, and that second season is going to be released December of next year. It's like December 22. But that's going to be hot. I mean, season 1, I really liked Alice in Borderland. Pretty much like straight up death game feel, dope. And like the plot itself looks is pretty interesting as far as like, you know, going into not just a death game, but as far as the mystery, as far as to how it's being operated, is very interesting, at least to me. So
I'm calling it now. Squid Game is gonna get destroyed by Netflix. Like I can see them trying to push like 5 seasons out of that show. Personally,
oh, you think
just
so?
Based off the numbers that the first season did, they're not letting it go. Like they're trying to get it to like Bridgerton. All these shows that are like trying to go on for like multiple seasons, like your go-to type of Netflix shows. I think they're gonna try and push Squid Game in that direction, which to me is gonna kill it because it's gonna get like how many?
It's like Saul.
Yeah. How much of this can we really do? Like he's gonna figure out some other shit in the second season, but probably by the third season, fourth season, niggas gonna be like, they're just making shit. They're pulling shit out their ass to keep it going. You know.
I give them 3 seasons. 1 season to do each role. 1 season as the player, the guard, and then one of the boss guys. After that, there's nothing else you can do for me right now. You know.
Right.
Now, if one of them seasons they could give me for a 4th if they do American like Squid Games America, and then I get to see niggas playing tag.
Okay, all right. I can see
They
that.
might get me on that one, but I ain't going past 4.
But see, my thing about American Squid Game is like what I liked about their Squid Game is it was a little bit cool. Some of the child games they had, like especially the one with the sugar candy. Ours are very like you either got the skills to do that shit or not. Like imagine the niggas like do you come out, the doors open, and you see 2 motherfucking guards with the double dutch, bro? Like nigga,
Yo, that was
Scotch, like our kid games are so like you get it or you don't. That is like as soon as you walked out, you already know if you're dead today or like you may be one. It's either or.
And one thing you know for sure, a black person gonna probably win American Squid Game. Ain't no way white folks double dutching tag niggas gonna win that shit too,
bro.
Fucking
Hands up 7-Up is killing niggas, bro. Hands up 7-Up as a grown man tough. I remember my last game of Hands up 7-Up in my life. I wore the swishy pants to school, bro. So they heard me swishing pants. And so, man, bro, I was so upset, bro. Like, don't give me a chance to play Hands up 7-Up in Squid Game. I'm killing it.
Oh my god. Oh fuck, that'd be dope though. Not gonna lie.
Alright, so that's
wood
it.
chips.
Alright, so that's it for decent news. Jump into the anime segment. First question, man. What anime characters should be locked up? Thrown under the jail. So this spawned from like a question I asked on social media about like what anime characters they think should be locked up. One of the ones that obviously came to mind, but go ahead. My bad.
I gotta
Go
say
ahead, jump
this.
in.
This nigga need jail time right now. I don't know how many niggas been watching Jobless Reincarnation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have now started the second half.
I think it might be like 2 ups behind, but I hear you.
Okay, I mean I'm caught up to the dub. I haven't watched sub, but
Okay.
the moral of the story is that man, a whole 30-some-year-old nigga, out here trying to bag whole little girls, bro. Booking.
They put him in the right family because his dad was a grimy nigga, bro.
That's true.
I would say they should drag his dad in there right behind him, low key, because that nigga definitely was out there just slinging his dick to anyone, bro.
Hear me
he
out,
fucked
bro.
every woman he met, basically.
Hey, his daddy was a player. You feel me?
100%.
That don't mean that he was out here, you know,
You right.
courting minors, my nigga. That's all
That's
I gotta
fair.
say.
That's fair. But it was a little bit Me Too-ish with the whole maid situation. They tried to sell it where it was like, you know, the maid was interested, but in my mind, that was very Me Too-ish to me. I'm like, she
No,
worked for
what
y'all.
you mean?
She
Did you watch
worked
that
for
shit
y'all.
sub?
No, I watched the dub. I'm with you. Like I'm only
Okay.
watching the dubbed episodes because me and my wife both like the show.
I mean, so yeah, I get from the sense that he had power over her, so we would rule that. But like, she seduced him in
That's why I
her
said-
mental head. She seduced
That's why
him.
I said they sold it so it was like kind of fair accountability.
Yeah.
But in reality, I'm like, I don't know, bro.
He'd have got the book in 2021.
You fact.
I would have been in jail, boy.
100%. The obvious one, I'm just gonna throw it out there, but it's not necessarily mine. Is Show Tucker. Lock that nigga
I
up.
was
We
about
all
to
know
say.
why. That's easy.
Yeah.
The second one that we already talked about on this podcast, but we need to go more in depth on, is motherfucking Orochimaru, bro. Like, that nigga murdered a bunch of people, and we just, like, swept that under the rug.
I mean, we might as well say Sasuke too. I mean, that could be
Really?
another topic. I mean, why not? I mean, like, what do you mean?
I would agree with that only. I would agree with that only if I actually saw Sasuke execute on what he was trying to do. He never really fully executed on what he did.
Yeah, he was.
When he went to the 5 Kage summit, they dropped his ass. Like, if he actually went there and did some shit, I would have been like, okay,
Man
fine.
lost his
Sure.
arm.
He was a pump faker. He ain't really do nothing.
Yeah, he got his ass
What?
whooped to me.
I mean, he was still a traitor to his nation, though, right? So, I mean, at a bare
He's a
minimum.
traitor to his nation that murdered his entire like.
But who did it, though? I mean, it was Uchiha who did it, though. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it gets a little.
Nah, bro, he killed Danzo, but everybody hated Danzo, so it's like
Yeah.
he really did them niggas a favor. For real.
Nah, that
What?
nigga Donzo, because he wasn't politically liked, didn't have to get off, bro.
Right.
He was
Niggas didn't
still a
fuck with Danzo,
Konoha ninja.
Right.
I'm gonna say this right now. My stance on political, military things is skewed because I come from Africa where this is a regular occurrence. So I just gonna say I have a lower tolerance for what Sasuke did because it is a common story in a couple of different countries. Like, niggas get fucking massacred and they come back and it's like, hey, you niggas that massacre my niggas, I'm gonna massacre yo niggas.
But not
So-
Sasuke, he ain't massacring nobody, bro.
That's
Danzo
the
killed.
thing.
Danzo stealing hella niggas Konoha ninja's eyes.
To me,
He should be
the
in jail if
only-
anything. That nigga should really be in jail.
The notable W for me in the Sasuke Shippuden storyline was Deodara, which was a totally fair ass whooping. Like, Deodara deserved to die. Like, I couldn't see him going to jail for that. Everything else, he pulled up on Killer Beat,
Yeah.
got his ass whooped.
And
Like,
they ninjas, bro. They kill niggas. I mean, that's what they do. So, like, to me, it's for killing somebody in Naruto. Like, you gotta go to the extreme because, like, that's what they do. You gotta kill like a massive amount of people.
I'm gonna be
Orochimaru.
fair here. These guys are under military contract. Like, look, bro, that Sharingan eyeball is Konoha property, bro. What we do with them other eyeballs, that's Konoha business. But the
No.
moment you took that bitch out the village, hey, that treason, kill him.
wow.
He gotta go.
I mean, he's not wrong, though. We're being real.
How is that? How's the military property? What are you talking about? That's
what
what
you
I'm
mean?
like.
If
Bro, I mean, Konoha is just that. Like, literally, all the hidden ninja villages are pretty much like military nations, right?
They are.
That's fair.
Because they're all under contract as far as like their respective lands, land of
Nigga,
fire,
Oregon-
water,
nigga,
etc.
Organ trafficking, nigga. Like that's a crime regardless.
That nigga
But
I mean-
a
Organ
biological weapon.
So here's my difference between the Sasuke and Orochimaru. Not only did Orochimaru fuck up people within his village, but
Okay.
then he went to a whole nother village, killed their Hokage off screen. You feel what I'm saying? Like he went from like Konoha threat to like world level threat. That's why I think he should be in jail. Sasuke was like a world level threat, but he didn't like I said, he's like an Edward Snowden. It's like, yeah, sure, you want to lock that nigga up, but like, what did he do though? Like,
Nothing.
for real.
Nothing. Literally, he did
I
nothing.
mean, he got stopped as far as all the major ish. I mean, you could argue he could still go to jail for what he tried to.
Attempted.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
He did a lot of attempts. If you want to put him in jail for attempted murder, sure. But like actual murder, that nigga, I didn't
Bro,
see it, bro.
you can't put niggas in jail for attempted murder in Naruto, bro. Like that's their job. Like, they be training,
That's fair.
I almost killing a nigga with training. That's not fair.
That's fair.
I don't know. I feel like they get a little debatable, but I feel like at the very least, though, for the attempt, he still tried to more or less body everybody at like the very end of Naruto in general, right? Because if Naruto didn't win, that was GG, based on what Sasuke was doing. So I don't know. I feel like
I'll settle on Sasuke can get a trial. That's it. That's about as far as like, you can maybe give him a court date.
I mean, give him house arrest. You know what I'm saying?
House arrest.
Probation.
I would like
But
to,
he can teleport too, though, so that shit don't even matter.
Right.
Damn.
I would like to send Julius Novachrono to jail.
Damn.
Reckless endangerment, playing with niggas' lives, and overall failing to do his motherfucking job.
Oh,
Julius Novachrono needs to be in jail and removed from the seat of.
Nigga, he said the village, bro.
Even where we stand today is even more justification. The shittiest, newest team single-handedly took down the biggest threat, and you did nothing. Like literally like Asta took out the big bad you were supposed to fight. Like literally nothing. I 100% agree. Lock that nigga up, bro.
Impeach.
Yeah.
Damn.
He needs.
I mean, I can't say I don't like it, but I can't really say nothing right now. So it's like, yikes.
Does Hisoka go to jail off the attempt? Cause we don't have confirmed bodies from this nigga. But like
Free
you
my nigga
know,
Hisoka. He beat that case.
I don't know, bro.
Right, he right though. Like you ain't got no proof. You ain't got no
Right.
DNA.
in fact, like, I don't have proof, but
I mean,
in our spirit.
I feel like we need a hunter, like we need a strong hunter to just watch him 24/7. But I can't say
You can probably cancel him, but you can't send him to jail, bro.
Like if that nigga was in the psychopath world, he's locked up automatically. What was the other one? The one with Tom Cruise, where they do the whole predicting that niggas is gonna be criminals, so they take you to jail.
Minority Report.
Oh,
Minority Report. Definitely, if he was in the Minority Report world, Hisoka gotta go, bro. His mind is locking him up for sure.
But until that time, my nigga beat that case.
That nigga is free.
Free my nigga Hisoka. He ain't do shit to them kids.
Wow.
Wow.
He just wanted to get stronger. He wanted to reach their full potential, bro. That's really it.
He's really an educator. We should be awarding him if anything.
Wow.
Well, that's true though. They would have got marked on that tournament if Hisoka was on that floor to tell them, nope, you niggas ain't ready. It would have been a wrap for their ass.
And when he was all behind them and shit on that volleyball tournament, that wasn't to get no free fills. That was to protect them niggas in that volleyball tournament.
Wow, so it couldn't be both though, but okay.
Nope.
He's gonna ignore it.
My nigga beat that case.
Okay.
What about Killua's parents? Can we make a case for child
Jail
abuse
time.
there?
What? No, I'm sorry. I can't exactly agree. In Hunter, well, I mean, we're talking about worlds, right? If we want to bring up the Naruto.
Aluka's locked up.
Oh, I forgot about Luca. No, you're right. No, I paused.
That's one.
I paused.
Rewind to how that nigga beat Killua for running away. He beat that nigga like he was a slave that ran away.
Bro, Killua did.
Shit.
Bro, Killua almost killed his mom, though, if we think about that, though, too. So,
if you was a child protective service agent, and you walked in there, and he got this nigga dangling like this, and he just beating his ass. That nigga going to jail, bro. He out of here.
Bro, I'm just saying, you need to make, like, OP assassins like the Zoldyck family, I'm actually going to let that go. I'm gonna be real, because like that whole family just kind of OP, more or less, to be real.
So you
and to make OP mother effortless, you need some intense training. And we could all agree in the Shonen verse period, there's a lot of child abuse everywhere. So I mean, like,
that's different. Hanging a nigga upside down and beat, that's different. We ain't. Yeah. What Shonen main character went through that shit? Nobody.
Right. And why?
I mean, like, in my opinion, there's a lot of different ways of torture, right? I mean, like, granted, you're not beating people, you can still torture somebody by literally not touching them at all.
I don't know. So, to me, I think the kids are examples of how abusive that shit was. You feel me? Like, if you look at Illumi and how he operates and how he's able to move in that space, that are like textbook signs of abuse. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's one. Two, the grandfather and the dad do not seem like people who are abusers, which is a bigger red flag for me. Yeah, like, so I'm just like, when you see them normally, you just go like, oh, okay, like, they're definitely about their shit, but they don't come off like, the sadistic stuff their children do had to come from somewhere. You get what I'm saying? Like, the brothers, all them do some weird, fucked up shit. And I'm like, where is that coming from?
The worst part is that, like, it's based in a world where the emotional norm of people is, like, equivalent to ours, right? Our
100%. Yeah.
So when Killer will pull a nigga heart out and put that shit in the bag, you should be reacting like, yo, this nigga, something wrong with this little boy.
Right.
Because his daddy
with a smile on his face.
Big old smile.
Damn.
And
I mean, like,
he dropped this nigga off when he was like 5 years old at a fucking martial arts tournament and said, "Figure it out, nigga." Like,
hey, that's just an unintended dab.
the Hunter x Hunter world in general, I mean, like, I don't know how much you want to really sugarcoat it since we're still looking at it from the outside and there's still like the general body minus the
Don't get me
hunters.
wrong.
But I mean, like, hunters period are some merciless mother effers though, so that's why I was like,
Don't get me wrong. That nigga Gone and his mama need to be in jail too, because that nigga was out there like a motherfucking savage. Like, that also was child abuse. Like, this nigga just up and left. He definitely owed child support. Ging was not sending any child support. Gun was hunting for food by himself, and this nigga had a whole credit card called a hunter's license where he could have definitely took care of all that nigga's expenses. Did not.
that's
At least he's going to jail for back child support.
You know what? I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
He's gonna pay it. He just gonna pay the bread because he got it. So he got it.
He got it.
He just paid.
Knowing Ging, he probably wouldn't. He'd just take the jail time. It's funner
It's
that
an
way.
adventure.
Exactly. It's funner that way. He locks niggas in jail.
Bro. Dummy. I can't even talk about their whole family. Because his mama probably like, and I ain't going to put him on child support. He loved Gone. He doing it so he could be a good hunter too.
Yeah, that nigga seen his daddy said, fuck.
This nigga found me. Shit.
Hey, I don't know. I think there's a lot of anime have like some rapey niggas. Fucking Master Roshi should probably be in jail.
Jail time.
That nigga
He definitely stole some of his panties. For
like,
sure.
I don't know if Sanji's there yet, but he probably getting there. He gonna get there.
Raditz. No, Piccolo. And I want to point this out because the big thing that everybody be like, oh, Piccolo a better dad than Goku because he raised Gohan. No. He kidnapped Gohan. Gohan was crying and yelling for his mommy when this alien nigga stole him. That nigga's a kidnapper. Jail time.
Who gonna put him there though? That's what put him there. Oh damn. Man, there's some good ones. Who else?
I got one more.
Go ahead.
Zabuza Momochi. That nigga wasn't even a ninja, just walked into the graduation, killed everybody there, and was like, I'm a ninja now. I would be like, bro, that's murder. Like, what? What the fuck is you doing, dog? That's not how this go.
First off, how do you remember that nigga last name?
Zabuza Mochi, bro. What you mean?
Bro, I remember Naruto birthday and blood type, bro.
Really?
And blood.
Oh, yeah.
I was just watching Naruto like
October
yesterday.
10th.
Wow.
Happy Naruto Day, October 10th.
Actually, no, I know a lot of last names too. Fuck, I mean, Naruto, Namikaze, Alu, Uchiha, Sakura, Haruno.
Yeah, but like Zabuza's still a little odd. That's an obscure one. Even though he was a like no nigga, I can't even recall when they said this name.
Yeah, like I feel like they never said the shit. You gotta wiki that shit.
Right,
It's
100%.
easier for me to remember Zabuza's last name than it is Sakura. Like, I gotta stop and think.
Really?
What Sakura last
Sakura,
I
Haruno.
really excommuted her, bro. That's
She
crazy.
a bum.
She could be in jail, nigga.
Sakura in jail. Wait, Sakura? What? Damn.
Oh yeah, and then by proxy, Kabuto also got to be in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nigga. No charges.
What?
No charges.
Go
No,
ahead.
he Orochimaru in
He
the
was
same
cool.
cell, nigga.
He was coerced.
Huh?
Yeah, he didn't want to do none of that.
That's what he will plead for sure.
Oh.
Like, he's the biggest serial killer of them all. They get his ass off and you go murder 10 people afterwards, bro.
Hey, I would say, I think.
Oh, fucking Toby Rama, put that nigga in there too. Racist ass motherfucker.
Who?
Let that nigga go.
Oh, yeah,
Being racist
Second
is not
Okage.
No, I agree. The second Okage should be in that shit, bro. He
That's
should be in
hate
jail, bro.
crimes.
For being
Wait,
racist.
what's up there? Why? I mean,
That nigga's a racist, Roy. Like, what you
Yeah,
mean?
that's right.
He down.
I wish we could put all racists in jail, but I mean, we can't.
So I would say. So here's why I say
He had
he's
actions off
racist.
screen.
Yes,
Well,
but he
that
was
racism.
also in a position of power. While I don't have the proof, I guarantee you that he did put some rules in place or some systems in place that negatively affected the Uchiha clan. Off that, there's a case there at least.
Ooh.
There's at least a case there.
Bro.
Oh wow.
I mean, we can press charges at least. We can at least press some charges. I mean,
100%.
he might have a good lawyer. He probably got a
He
good
might
lawyer.
settle. He's
Okay.
definitely gonna settle out of court.
Right.
Definitely settling them
He-
shits.
bro.
But we could get a case for this
He
nigga.
not
Hey,
paying
civil
nothing
suit.
out of court, bro.
Civil suit,
What are you talking about? No
You gotta hit him
evidence.
with
We
that,
off
with
this
that civil
case.
suit.
Y'all niggas go get mad in the alley, bro. We not paying. We off this case.
All the witnesses gonna be bodied.
We
No, yeah,
better go get
them-
some money out of Hashirama, cause Toby Rama not going, bro.
Them going out judges paid off. He got them niggas in his pocket.
Everybody
For sure.
paid off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We doing it in the Cloud Village.
He
Yeah, Charles held in the Cloud
going to
Village.
jail.
No,
He get fucked there.
He did what? First what do you do? What do you do?
You gonna look in that nigga eyes and like, yeah, he did that shit. You know, black people don't know nothing about the case. Be like, yeah, he did.
Yeah, 100%. He ain't getting off. Fuck that.
Hell no.
Woo.
Just honorable mention, Mayuri. I think he already served some time though. But Mayuri from Bleach obviously was a sick fuck,
Oh, yeah.
experimenting on motherfuckers and shit. But I think he did serve jail time.
Loki, most science niggas in anime should be in jail. They be doing some.
That's fair.
Most niggas be like,
Yucky shit.
do the thing to me though. Like, that's consent.
What?
Most of the science niggas be getting niggas by consent though. They be like, oh, I need some power. All right, bro, come check it out.
I got you.
You can't book a nigga for that. Like,
Yeah. Oh, also, I'm gonna throw out Rimaru from that time I got reincarnated as slime. I
What?
get that it was payback, but what he did to Fall Move definitely deserves jail time, bro. He killed like two, cause he brought his niggas back. That's why I feel like he should.
No.
He brought
That
his
was
niggas back.
war, nigga. They were actively at war. That's different.
All right.
I want to
different.
say this.
It didn't look like a war to me. It looked like a war.
My fault. They ain't got no nukes. They don't have none.
He was the nuke.
You know what I'm saying? They had nukes, bro. Like, how you gonna challenge? That's like saying, let's see, we're a small country. Like, let's see, I don't even know.
Venezuela.
Venezuela trying to challenge the U.S. What you gonna do? Any country trying to challenge besides China, trying to challenge the
I
U.S.
mean, you should.
And then we blow them up.
bro.
That's I'm on you. Why would you do that? That's dumb. You should have known better, bro. You ain't got no
Hands
nukes.
down.
You ain't got that shit. Like, why?
Hey, I got one though.
They got wake up for a reason.
All right.
This nigga need to go to jail. I've said it before, but this made me remember it. All Might for picking fucking Deku. That nigga need to be in jail.
Damn.
He
Same
fucked
thing
up.
with Endeavor. Put Endeavor in that bitch too, bro. Walk.
Oh yeah, for beating them kids,
Oh,
man.
hell
Put
yeah.
Endeavor in there.
Alright, that one, yeah. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, and I guess Tomura's dad, but like he already got his sentence.
Man,
It was dead.
That nigga a little bit. He got a motherfucking spanking. This motherfucker's out there getting Shoto. Shoto was getting his motherfucking ass whooped. That nigga should have destroyed his dad.
Well,
Nigga was getting spankings.
anyways, is that
I can't think of no more right now.
anyone else? All right. So last thing in the anime segment is a favorite Shonen MC tournament. So we already have this rolling out on different social medias. So we wanted to give our thoughts / opinions on it. Let me see if I can pull up the image, if I can remember what the list was. Basically, how we'll do it is we will go through each matchup in the round, I guess, and then who votes for who, and then if anybody has some, I'm gonna let you finish at the end. We'll just take it after that. So in total, let's see if I can find this picture. There we go. Sorry. So we have Naruto, Deku, Yusuke, Ichigo, Luffy, Asta, Tanjiro, and Takamichi as the contenders. The first matchup is Naruto versus Deku. So in y'all opinion, who do y'all vote for wins that matchup? Naruto versus Deku. I'm gonna put Naruto on mine. Over
Naruto.
The 3 Narutos. Are you also Naruto, Jugga?
Yeah.
All right, so boom. So Naruto won that. No, I'm gonna let you finish this. No, nothing. Anybody want to make any comments about why they picked Naruto, or it was a no-brainer?
I think that Deku he has a lot in the way his personality is okay. I don't mind it, but I do not like his resolve. I like Naruto's resolve. The results, same. Just like enjoyability. Naruto was fun. It was my childhood. Deku was kind of like, he okay.
All right. Next one, a little bit more challenging. Luffy versus Asta. What's the votes? My point, I'm going Asta. You already know.
I'm going Asta. I mean, like, Luffy's like one of my OGs. Do not get me wrong. I mean, like, love him, love One Piece. But I don't know. I just can't. I've just never been a huge fan of just the whole, pretty much all foolishness as an MC. Like, I need some critically thinking, at least as much as possible. I love the heart, I love the hands, but you can't just be going in completely blinding 24/7. And that's Luffy. And then like it just happens to work out most of the time with him. And I just can't do it. Asta is at least like he'd be like, ooh. Like he has like a very good battle sense and also just not completely foolish, like thinking that everything is actually going to work out. And sometimes he's like, fuck, I might kind of get got. Granted, I might need to do what I need to do. And not just be like, let me just try to handle literally everything on my own. If I got to do this with or without a team, F it, I'm going to do this on my own, etc. And also just a straight up hardest worker MC that at least in my top 3 just right now, period, as far as Shonen MCs go in general. So also just always been a real one from the jump to me. So,
man, I'm going with Luffy for the simple fact I'm Team shit over here.
Wow.
Really could have been versus Luffy for real.
Damn, it is Clover now.
You right. That's actually hindsight.
Yeah, I want to go Luffy.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't even watch this show.
I was surprised. I thought you were going to go
I didn't
Asta.
watch it like that, but from what I watched and what I've kept up with, to me, I don't know. Asta is kind of still in like a learning phase. I've never seen him in a leadership phase, and I feel like we've seen Luffy in every phase. Hell, I didn't even watch all of it, and I still seen Luffy in all those phases in just a little bit. So I'm sure y'all seen him in so much more. And I mean, like, and Asta kind of got it easy. Like,
What?
I mean, yeah, we saw him work for it. But basically, everybody fucking loved the nigga. He always get the power up. I don't think Luffy live in the world where he's just like, hey, today, guess what, nigga? Mr. Yonko, you about to get clapped today. We see that nigga get his ass drugged, come back, get drugged.
And then gets an instant power up.
Then he get the instant power up, though. You feel me?
But like, what I'm
But that's the
saying,
point, though.
it's absolutely no development. Like,
because literally at that point, real life, that would have been it. That would have been GG. Let me go against the Yonko without the power up. Oh, you dead.
You still talking about Shonen here? We still talking about Shonen.
I mean, I know, but I mean, when have we seen that with Asta? Is what I'm trying to say. Like, we rarely see those kind of moments.
We're 200 chapters in. This nigga is fighting these demons. That's the strongest people in the fucking show. Luffy just now fighting niggas 1,000 chapters in, bro. What do you mean?
At the same time,
1,000 chapters to barely fight the strongest niggas. But after is that nigga, fuck out of here, boy.
Your Luffy stand is showing, but what
So
I'm saying,
One Piece standism.
I don't know, bro.
What I will counter with the Luffy thing, like I said before, to me personally, Luffy actually doesn't have any character development. The story coddles his behavior. Personally, all he does is, I'm going to run into a situation head first until it figures itself out. And the story coddles that constantly. The Ace thing, he ran into that shit head first. And instead of them saying, hey, bro, you're too weak to do this, he got a whole Yonko to come back him up and allow that thing to happen the way it happened. Currently in Wano, he's challenging a Yonko who technically before this arc started, he was not ready to fight. Magically now he is. We don't ever see him train for any power-ups. He just gets it. Like if you see the Gear 2 thing, the stuff everyone loves about Sabondi / the CP9 arc, there was like no actual training into how he got any of these powers. He just was like, got his ass whooped, turned around. Now I have Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd. Surprise! Like, what? So personally, for me, I feel like if you picked Luffy, you just liked him from day one for who he is or whatever. But in my mind, as far as like, I'm just talking about my favorite here, I didn't like him from day one, and he's never changed from that person. So that's why I'm kind of just like, well, fuck him. And in my mind, Asta, I saw at least a little bit of maturity and growth. I know the story has some time to go. I know it's not as long as whatever. But in my mind, I like Asta. But if I'm honest, I really just like the way Black Clover handles their main character, which is that Asta is not the person that has to defeat everybody. So in my mind, I just like watching his journey and his growth. And I like the little twist that they do with his development where he does rely a lot on the sword, but he's had hurdles that he's had to overcome to find other ways to use his other abilities in order to get better. And then at the same time, even now, the friendship, his hands, I guess, the friendship that he has with the demon, I also thought was like a better twist to me, where it's more of a partnership of growth versus like they did that with Naruto at like the tail end. In the beginning, it was just like, I'm just going to keep stealing your power. And then finally we became friends. Asta started off with that, so we were seeing both of them develop together. I like it a little bit better.
That demon thing, that's just the Naruto copycat. Like, it happened sooner because Black Clover is not going to last as long as Naruto. I'm pretty sure Black Clover is going to end in the next couple years. But, I mean, that's cool. I just don't fuck with Asta. That's cool.
Damn. But, I mean, we're tied right now, so we got to get a tie break. Anybody convinced either way?
Nah.
I could be swayed to Asta being better than Luffy. Although I feel like the respect I'm putting on Asta's name is more of the respect of the show, which I have a lot of respect
100%.
for. And I don't think if I pull these two characters out of their world and just were to stick them somewhere, I would be like, bro, get this nigga Asta out of here. But I could see myself being like, all right, bro, hey, Luffy about to lead us. We probably gonna have to pick up all the pieces, but this shit about to be fun. Like,
that is crazy. That to me is like, what?
Even like what you said the thing about Asta not having to defeat all the people. That's a story thing. That's not has nothing to do with Asta at all. That's a story mechanism.
I called that out, but I think that they're both in a similar boat in that I think in both of these series, they're not the people that we like the most.
Yeah.
Or care about the most. Like it's more or less their supporting team that is more interesting to us. Like Luffy, it's the crew over Luffy. Luffy's there to like move us to the next part of the story, but the crew is who we like are interested in.
But Luffy picked his crew. So it's just kind of like whenever a Black Bull does good, you got to pay homage to Yami. Like, yo, he definitely handpicked these niggas. You get what I'm saying? Luffy definitely handpicks this nigga, although effectively just like Yami. Hey, bro, I think you're cool. Come on, join the squad. And then that nigga go crazy. So I'm like, I'd be willing to switch for time's sake and just go with Asta because it was a pretty close one for me.
Yeah.
But I solidly think Luffy wins it. But let's go. I'll switch to Asta in this case.
So we got Asta there. Tanjiro Takamichi, next one. My vote goes Takamichi.
Takamichi.
Easy. Light work, Takamichi for me.
Mhm.
I'm Takamichi as well.
Deuce, who you got?
I don't want to go Takamichi, but I have to.
Why would you want to go Takamichi? What's the issue? Why are you hesitant to go Takamichi?
Man, he's too new on the scene, bro. Like, he needs to put in some work. He's been putting in some work for years, man.
Oh, y'all niggas really want to see the hands out of this nigga.
But Tanjiro just so trash that, you know.
See, like, I thought this was a great matchup because I thought they were both crybabies. Why I picked Takamichi over Tanjiro really doesn't have anything to do with Tanjiro's character. To me, it's the exploration of their bitch assness that I think is better. Like, I think Tanjiro, like, is, like, he's not bitch made, but he's very caring or whatever. And it's sort of shown through the story, but you don't necessarily see his fear. Takamichi, I feel like I see what he's overcoming to even be in the battles that he is in sometimes. Like, when Mikey and what's-his-face pulled up, and them motherfuckers was talking shit to his girl, and his hands was, like, literally shaking as he was saying, like, don't say that shit to my girl. I feel like that was great character development. That was showing me that bitch-ass nigga, he said what he needed to say, but he was scared the whole time. And I feel like Tanjiro's in a similar boat, but we don't see that fear at all when he's doing shit.
Well,
it just kind of like, I figured it out.
Yeah, he's not like he don't be afraid or nothing like that. He's just like a super emotional.
But what those demons do is sick. Like, usually when he comes around and sees, like, the atrocities, he's like, you know, he has that sympathy moment of like, damn, this nigga's fucked up. And then it kind of just goes back to the action. So, I don't know if I see his development. I see that he cares. But I just feel more tied to the story of Takamichi, the bitch made nigga, than I do Tanjiro slaying demons.
I think the issue is that with Tanjiro's bitch assedness, he is basically showing empathy. Like, yo, bro, I really feel what you going through. Like, this is fucked up. I'm sorry your life had to be this way. But he doesn't use that to push through it and be like, you know what, instead of killing you, I'm going to save you like I'm going to save my sister or something like that. That would be like, yo, I got respect for this nigga. Takamichi softness come from him being like, bro, I'm afraid to fight. And we see that nigga say, yo, fuck that. I'm putting my hands up to Mikey, the hardest nigga in the streets, even though I know I'm going to get my ass whooped. And I think that is why we fuck with him more, is he is pushing through his fear. Tanjiro just like, damn, I feel bad for you, but you're dead. I'm not. My sister not dying. She's savable. You gotta go though, bro. Like, yo, I feel real bad. I wish you could be like me and my sister, but you're not. Like,
All right. Last one of the first round is Yusuke and Ichigo. I'm going Yusuke. I'll toss it out. I personally feel like, even of all the characters I see listed here, when I rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho, I actually felt like I saw Yusuke grow into a man. And I don't know if I've necessarily seen that from anyone here. But like, if you watch him from the beginning being that dumbass delinquent to where he's at the end, you actually could see a level of maturity there in him. So I don't feel like I ever got that from Ichigo. I think Ichigo just kind of got thrown into shit and was just like, yep, I gotta figure it out because I gotta figure it out.
Before we move forward on Facebook, we got a message from Nicholas Walker. He said, Tanjiro has bodies. No matter how long Takamichi hit the weight room, he's just going to get folded. Tanjiro fighting niggas that could easily decapitate that man. I'd be nervous all the time, too. I mean, you're not wrong. But Takamichi's still that nigga. Like, you feel me? If Takamichi was in the Demon Slayer world, he would be way weaker than Tanjiro, but still be out there swinging that sword.
He a black suit nigga.
Yeah, he's like if you made Mumen Rider the main character. Right?
Facts though.
He just
hard for days.
He'll never be Sea King, but he gonna ride that bike in the battle.
Justice Crash, bro.
He's an Ichi without the sleep. Yeah. But he actually still fight though.
You're right.
But yeah, you were saying MGG?
Yeah, that's it. I felt like I saw Yusuke grow into a man. Did not feel like I saw much of that from Ichigo. More just like, fuck, I gotta do this shit again. Like I felt like that was every arc for Ichigo. It's like, fuck, I gotta fight these niggas again.
Y'all ain't got nobody else, bro.
Right. Like, why y'all keep calling me? So
Yeah, I pretty much ditto with MGG. Got to go for Yusuke. I actually just like rewatched a few episodes from Bleach just for like the action hype, and that man Ichigo really kept on. I mean, he's pretty much like a Luffy identical as far as like my reasoning goes. Like no matter what the situation was, he wanted to put hands and start like pretty much all out wars with a force he had no comprehension of what he was dealing with. Got continuously lucky. The Shonen instant power was whatever, but he still like just was kind of just ridiculous as far as his methodology and trying to get ish done, and I just can't always agree to it. Granted, as far as like anime goes, it always looks good. Don't get me wrong, but if we're still just talking about the people in general, again, Yusuke was just that real mother effer that only really had to do things because he had to do it, not because he's choosing to be foolish. Just a bit of a difference there, at least in my opinion. Because like mother effer Yusuke was really trying to save the world. Ichigo was just doing dumb-ish because of, I don't know, perspective, selfishness, or whatever towards his goals, etc.
He was trying to save his friend.
Okay, but at the same time, there is a right and wrong way to do that, though. And Ichigo got mad lucky a lot of the time.
Who determines what's right and wrong in trying to save your friend? I'm going with Ichigo. I mean, but...
Okay. I mean, like, as far as just to answer your question, I just feel like right and wrong just being that right being the highest probability of getting ish done, wrong being the lowest. At least in my opinion. I'm not saying that there's a, obvious yes and no answer, but there's definitely a more correct than not, right? And think about what Buddy really did as far as trying to save Rukia, like going to Soul Society, right? Buddy really did try to roll up 4 people deep to go up against the entire court guard squad. Mm-hmm. Think about that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? I mean, and he originally tried to do that alone, if you remember. The 3 people who tried to show up at the end was because they wanted to save her just to save her. But he didn't actually go to them to save her. So you can even argue just not even asking them was the wrong way, and he got lucky by them joining.
But again, by in terms of like, how do you just say it's the wrong thing to do? What does that even mean?
Well, I mean, try to at least explore your options.
I can see you don't like it. That's why you didn't choose Ichigo. But you can't just say he made the wrong decision or whatever. The shit worked out for whatever reason. Within the story, we have the story we have. It worked out, so you can't say it was the wrong decision.
Oh, so pause. So you're saying that if the whole squad got bodied, that would have been the wrong decision then?
No, it still would have been the wrong decision. It worked out. What do you mean?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, like the story itself, like let's just say Bleach ended, like just for the hypothetical sense, right? He did what he did, squad rolled, and then they all died. Would you say that was actually the wrong decision then at that time?
If they died and Bleach ended, the story ended?
Yeah.
No, I don't fully understand. Like, it just would be what it is. It's not like a wrong or a right decision. He just did what he did, and the story happened. Whether you didn't like the decision, that's fine. If you did, if you feel like it was fine, it's cool.
There's no. Just like you're saying, you can't objectively say what he did.
Yeah, I can't say any of these characters did anything like right or wrong. It's just that.
Oh, so you're just on the. Oh, okay, then that's fine.
Unless it's like blatantly, I guess, if you want to call something evil as wrong, sure. But he didn't do anything like against the
No, I mean, like, no, I get what you're saying now. I mean, you're more just about the subjectivity as far as defining right and wrong in the first place. All right, yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
Not to sound like I'm copying Deuce, but I was honestly gonna go Ichigo too. My reasoning kind of has to do with how they start. I mean, I won't speak too much on how Bleach ended because I said fuck that show a long time ago. And then, I haven't rewatched the ending of whatchamacallit in a minute. So I'll just speak on how they started, which is what makes me, choose my favorite. That nigga, Yusuke was kind of a menace Like, he did the right thing, which is what earned him his second chance, but he was really a menace. It was like, hey, bro, go do this shit. No, I don't want to. We got to threaten this nigga. Like, bro, I'll fucking kill you. Or, like, take your life or something. Like, bro, go do this shit. He like, all right, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? They really kept having to put a gun to this nigga head. And it wasn't until they was like, damn, Yusuke, you're actually good at this. Like, you're better than you average at this. Where he was like, yeah, I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really had to be an asshole about it. That nigga Ichigo was like, bro, I know I'm cute. All the bitches want me. I know I'm strong. Everybody want me to fight. I just want to chill and take my sister to school, bro. That's really all I'm trying to do. And then niggas was like, we need you, bro. Like, we need Jesus out here, bro. Like, you gotta come to us. And every time he was like, damn, I don't want to do this, but let me come save these niggas. You feel me? Like, my nigga Ichigo really Jesus out here. What can I say? Praise be.
I mean, yeah, he had a wish draining tool that allowed him to do that. But
called these motherfucking hands.
Sure. I think it was called the Hogoku. I believe.
Yeah, that's no fault of Ichigo though. Everything he said has nothing to do with that. So.
See, so like,
but that is a part of it.
What it may have sounded like I was doing, but what I wasn't doing was trying to say that Ichigo is better than Yusuke. Or sorry, Yusuke is better than Ichigo. To me, why I liked Yusuke more is that I got a full character development, especially for what you said, Player Fight. I was more evidence to it. In the beginning, that nigga was very like some other shit. But if you watch, like, even up to that first Toguro fight, he was Takamichi scared. Like, when Toguro ran up on him the first time and was like, oh, so you trying to challenge me?
True.
He took out like a whole building, and Yusuke was like, shit. He was like shitting his pants, like, I cannot face this nigga. And then developed the courage to eventually whoop that nigga at the end. Mm-hmm. So I like that. And then, like you said, he had so much immaturity in the beginning. When you see him at the end of the series, that man is a full-fledged man, like ready to go on and live the rest of his life. And I just felt like it was a completeness to that story that I haven't got from a shonen main character probably since. In general, like, where I see that full, like, okay, got it. You went from little boy to grown-ass man. And I feel like that's what true shonen is to me, is that development of, hey, we start off in this kiddie shit, but eventually we get to this level of maturity because the audience is growing with the character. So that's why I lean towards Yusuke. If that's not it, that's all I wanted to get out. I'm fine if niggas pick, I can like take my thing back and put Ichigo up there, but that's what I wanted to get out for Yusuke, is that I think that was a complete character of all the ones I've seen so far.
I do want to point out one thing, though, that I think bringing up the whole Gyoku thing is a part of Ichigo's character, because, like, yeah, we aren't specifically comparing power level, but that is about that's part of the character, right? So if somebody wants to be like, yo, I choose Ichigo because I think he'll whoop Yusuke ass, like, that ain't nothing wrong with that. Right. Everything here is an opinion anyway, but I do think that is part of the character and not just part of the story, because it's something that fuels him, the specific character. But
it didn't affect his decision to go save whoever. That didn't affect his decision.
Are you sure?
It affected the outcome, but not his decision to do it. Like, he could have decided to do it and still failed. Right,
sure.
But he didn't fail because of the whole Gyoku.
And the whole thing of whooping niggas' asses is part of the reason we kind of like him too, though. Like, let's just be fair. If he was getting his ass whooped, we would have compared him to Takamichi or one of them niggas.
That's why.
Yeah, he was. But Takamichi just won. So I'm talking about in terms of us four. Takamichi just won for that exact same reason. So either way,
so we was comparing him to another soft nigga. You feel me? We're not comparing Ichigo to Yusuke because Ichigo is soft nigga. He whoop ass. So part of his whooping ass is having them bullshit come up.
Yeah, but I say if the Hogyoku didn't exist, he would be a soft nigga, pretty much. He would have never want to fight, ever.
Them thugs, he beat them thugs up, bro.
Oh, that's true. No, that's true.
That's my point, bro. I think why I like Ichigo is because he gives me what delinquent stories never pay off, which is like a completion of, okay, I was a nigga in these streets, but now I'm a man. Ichigo was a delinquent in these streets, and he kind of ended in the same way of just like, yeah, I'm still that, but like, I'll live the rest of my life now. Which is normally how those shits end.
The Soul Society arc was really a delinquent manga arc. The new nigga on the block came through like, I don't get no fuck with your captain. That was a delinquent mark. Then he chilled and became out.
Right.
The donkey.
All right. So I don't know. I can concede and then let Ichigo pass. So that means we're at Naruto versus Ichigo, which is where this is gonna go to Naruto.
Oh,
Already.
Whoa! Naruto was on the other side of the bracket.
Wait,
No, not in this bracket.
Oh shit!
On this bracket, Naruto and Deku and Yusuke and Ichigo are in the same line. So they're the next verses, and then Luffy and Takamichi is the other side. So
damn. Yeah.
No, yeah, right.
I had to give it to Naruto. If Yusuke was up here, then I would have my man argument. But because, and this is why that first part of Naruto before Shippuden, I definitely felt like Naruto had major character development. A lot of bullshit power-ups, but personally, he was a hard-work ninja at that point. Post that, it was very focused on saving Sasuke, and I don't really feel like I got that much maturity from Naruto. But that first half, I would say I get to him. Ichigo pretty much stayed the same nigga, bro, in my opinion, till the end. Just, hey, I'm doing this shit. I did it.
Man, that's tough.
I'll say this. I like Naruto better because his whole reasoning from the beginning was just more relatable than Ichigo's. Like, I never really liked the niggas that's like, yo, I'll give up everything to just save people. It kind of makes him seem a little too perfect, which is okay compared to like a douchebag like Yusuke. But when you compare it to Naruto, that's like, hey, bro, his whole goal was I want to be a nigga that niggas stop disrespecting me and start looking up to me. I think any man, any human can resonate with that. You want to be not disrespected and looked up to. And what that nigga do? Put in the work to be not disrespected and looked up to. I fuck with it.
So yes, when we're doing these, are we just doing our favorite, right?
Yeah, it's your favorite. I mean, your reasoning is your own.
So I'm gonna go Naruto then. I'm still going Naruto.
Okay, so we got 3. So he's already moving on. But Jugga, what you?
Fuck. Damn, bro. Damn. That really is tough for me right there.
Really interesting.
I probably got to go Naruto.
So if it's this close, you're saying Yusuke would have beat Naruto then? Yusuke would have beat Naruto for you then?
For who? Jugga?
No, see, the problem is what's getting to me is that since it really is favorite, it's like I'm thinking about just how like the character, and to be honest, like how like the show also is kind of like impacting me. And as far as like, you know, like as far as like my intros to anime, etc., I mean like Naruto is just more really in there, compared to Bleach. But I mean it's close as fuck. But Yu Yu Hakusho though, I think that hit me before even Naruto. So that's why I don't know, it's like the nostalgia being a heavy hitter as far as like my favoritism goes. So as far as like Yusuke v Naruto, I'd probably be slightly leaning towards Yusuke, but as far as Naruto v Ichigo, probably Naruto.
I can't lie. If it was to me, my final 2 would be Yusuke and Takamichi, just off that list.
Damn.
That's how I see it. As far as my favorite characters, who hit me the most, impacted me the most, yeah, those 2. That's where I would go. But obviously, we're like trying to consensify it, so we come up with an AfrOtaku decision. But if it was me, bro, yeah, Yusuke and Takamichi, those are the ones that
you might veto the joint.
That pull me in. So.
Can I look at the bracket? Can you pull the bracket up real quick? I don't even know who was on what side for real.
It's probably gonna share it for whatever the world, but whatever.
I mean, you can text it to me too. That's fine.
That. So we got Naruto here. We got Ichigo here, and now Naruto just won, and then we have Luffy and Takamichi right now. Or sorry, Asta and Takamichi. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Asta.
Yep.
Okay, so
yeah, so Asta versus Takamichi, who y'all got?
I gotta go Asta.
I'm going Takamichi.
Takamichi. Taka fucking Michi.
Yeah. I gotta go Takamichi on
Takamichi, bro. I don't know.
Oh
You
no,
want us to put some respect on Austin's name, Jugga, before we?
bro. I mean, again, I just one of the most hardest working motherfuckers I know. I don't know. He kept the grind up and like actually got rewarded.
He
And he
was
keeps
harder
it
than
going.
Takamichi?
Have you seen Tokyo Revengers?
I mean, like, look, I see Tokyo Revengers and I hear you though.
Bro.
But at the same time, like, if we talking about true luck, I could still argue that more luck with Takamichi than with Asta though.
Having a demon inside you ain't luck? I don't know.
I mean, like, we got Takamichi though with absolutely zero hands, and homie hasn't died in the delinquent world yet. I mean, like, art will take you so far the true delinquent world. I mean,
But you gotta. That's not fair because dying in the delinquent world is a rarity. Like it don't ever go that far. You get your ass beat, but like even them killing people in Tokyo Revengers is new to me.
And when they did it, it was a big deal. It was like a big thing. Like niggas was getting killed when they was dying. So it's not like
like
people be dying every year.
Was a whole like arc, like stop Draken from dying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know, bro. Because I think Asta folding in Takamichi position.
what?
He
You
like
capping, bro? Like, come on, like, what we still talking about, homie Asta, bro? He had zero magic in the whole magic world and kept the grind up.
He ain't
like,
never
what?
been beat like that, boy. He ain't never been beat like that.
You said he did what?
Ooh.
What did I
Wait, what? He kept the grind up in a non-magic world, non-stop.
So I felt like if Asta was in Tokyo Revengers, he would be what people want Takamichi to be, which is somebody who eventually develops hands. And that's what Asta's mentality would be. He'd get his ass beat, he'd find a gym, start training, and get stronger.
That nigga gonna quit, bro.
Yeah, but in my mind,
I don't see that in the slightest.
Takamichi is showing up every day with what God gave him. Those two. That's it. No.
I mean, as far as I don't know, as far as heart, I mean, as far as heart goes, you still. I mean, like, you see the similarities, sure, but I don't know. I like that. To me, I just see more Asta. I guess what also goes into it is like I'm still a little iffy, if I'm being honest, about the reasoning behind the Takamichi heart. If I'm being real. In the sense of, all right, don't get me wrong. Like, first off, like I said, homie's got heart, right? But like, heart really towards what? Like, what is Takamichi's true goal?
Come on, bro. We already know, at least in the beginning. Later, it's changed, but in the beginning, it's getting his girl, bro. He's saving that girl's life. Let me get to this point. And even gay man, any man knows what a nigga is capable of doing to get that pussy at the end of the day.
Niggas
so all of this makes sense. All of this makes sense. Niggas have invented shit just to get pussy, bro.
Facts.
I'm not surprised at what Takamichi is doing at all, bro.
That's just friends with them niggas. So and he became actual friends with the rest of these niggas. So now he cares about these niggas too. So
and also,
it makes 100% sense.
He also said that he wanted to change himself. He said he didn't want to be the same loser nigga he was. Yeah. He wanted to gain some heart.
And this is the journey to get
I don't see the focus. I don't know. Like the focus seems a little spread. I just feel like it's more convenient just based on the issue he's dealing with at the time, whether he's really doing this for his girl or for the squad. And that's why it's just like, it's understandable, but I don't know. Like I just want to see more of that ISO focus to really see his priorities, and I just don't see it.
The difference between Takamichi and Asta that might be like playing in the argument here is that Asta never had to jump over the hurdles Takamichi had. Asta's hurdle was, I want to compete in this world I can't compete in, where Takamichi's is like, I'm bitch made. It sounds like I want to compete in this world that I want to compete in, but it's really that he's trying to develop courage, like Player 5 said, and also save the girl that he loves. So to me, Asta's mindset would never have been Takamichi's mindset in his world, because he already is confident in himself. His thing is just like, I just need to get to this other end of the spectrum. He's always a shining light in his story. He's the nigga that brings nigga hope and all this other shit. Takamichi was never that. He just turned into that. Before his time skip, that nigga was a low-level thug that never met Mikey or his gang. He didn't bring any inspiration to any niggas. Look at how many friends he kept in the beginning of the story. He had none. He was by his fucking self. So he was never an inspiration to anybody. He just became that, trying to get courage.
And this is one real quick. I want to mention some things in the Facebook chat. Nicholas said some funny shit. He called this nigga Takamichi an Olympic gold medalist simp. which is purely hate, bro. You purely hate. And I think he agrees with Jugga in that Asta would be in that world and basically double down and go hard and get buff. And this is why I gotta say I don't agree with y'all to the point that MGG just pointed out. Asta has never had to be in a world where he couldn't compete, right? He's in a world where even though he don't got magic, he can compete. Yeah, Takamichi is forever in the world. Huh?
I say he bring y'all down to his level. He got that death match, soul chain magic or whatever.
Yeah, bro.
All repeat, bro.
Asta cannot compete in his world. And this is my thing, is why I say this nigga Asta is folding in that same position. If you put him in a world where he cannot compete, because when we see this nigga get his ass whooped, that nigga start questioning shit. When Dante drugged that nigga, he was like, shit. That's it, baby. Yami had to get that nigga up. Takamichi is the Yami. He the nigga to be like, get your bitch ass up, Asta. I'm still swinging. You swing too, bro. They built different. My nigga Takamichi.
I mean, like that was still. I mean, like in that respect, that's still fight one, though. I guess in that sense, right? So I mean, like let me ask you this: do you think he's gonna act the exact same way in fight 2?
Asta.
Asta. Yeah.
Well, he's not gonna be in the same situation.
Asta will quit before Takamichi. I believe that. Absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, like, we're still talking about like in the moment. Like if we're talking about like that solitary fight where he did get dropped by Dante, we're talking about within that same fight, Yami picked him up. Like he didn't have like enough time that at least I would say would deserve getting that shock, at least initially.
Okay, so this is the thing. If Asta, think of every fight Asta had, even the entrance exams. If Asta went in that and got fucking dog walked every single fight, this nigga would not still be in the Black Bulls. He would have went the fuck home and been a farmer.
I gotta just.
No,
I can't say that. I don't know.
Clarify's right, because remember, Yuno is the one that be boosting his head up. I remember in the Devil Arc that nigga was about to give up, and it's Yuno who was like, "Hey, bro, come on."
Episode 1,
baby.
Remember episode one, that nigga Asta was like, fuck it, bro, I can't win, I'm a loser. Then his grimoire showed up and he folded that nigga's on back, baby. Imagine if his grimoire never showed up, got his shit taken, and that was the show. Hey, 2 niggas with no grimoire, what's happening? That nigga Asta would have quit.
You get
my nigga Takamichi like, get up, bro. We about to start beating niggas.
I don't know, my God. I don't know.
He's a winner.
In most cases, like I think there's not a clear answer, but I think for the reasons you like Asta are the reasons that Takamichi is better, because his hard work, all the hard work shit you're talking about, not giving up and shit. Like, Takamichi just does it better than Asta.
Breathes
like,
that.
That is
Damn. I mean, I don't know. Like I guess that's still effing me up as far as the whole guaranteed to be alive kind of thinking. I don't know. That's effing me up a little bit. Still, to be honest with you, it's more just like, how can you not consider yourself dying? You know, like the actual ultimate penalty. Thinking about if I end up losing, if I keep getting up, I'm going to end up dying. Like that's to me almost like
important than your life, bro. Other things more important.
See, the reason he thinks that way is, and Takamichi says it multiple times, is that he's already dead as far as he's concerned. The life that he would go back to if he quits, he might as well be dead. So that nigga like, bro, you're going to have to kill me because I'm not about to be the nigga I used to be. And that's why that nigga go on.
Hey, that nigga's funny, boy.
Yeah, he's built different, bro. Like, bro, that nigga Asta be getting W's. Asta is the strongest nigga in the whole show right now. That nigga Takamichi still the weakest nigga on the block.
100%. And
we
showing up every day.
In.
First one in line to get the ass whooping every fight. First one in line.
My boy, Takamichi built different, bro.
I mean, I'm not gonna dog my guy Takamichi. But
I'll just ask real quick because I'm just curious from the group. If this was Takamichi versus Luffy, does the decision change for anybody? Or is
yeah, I'll go Takamichi 100%.
Okay. What about y'all
Versus
clarifying
Luffy?
reviews? Would y'all
Versus Luffy?
y'all
Oh,
change
yeah,
or want to
100%.
I go Luffy.
Over who?
Over
Takamichi.
Takamichi. If it was
Who-
Takamichi
who-
versus Luffy instead of Asta versus Takamichi, would your mind change?
I would've went Luffy.
Luffy beat Asta or Takamichi?
Yeah.
That's
Favorite
tough. I
one.
have to think about that. Is that the next matchup?
No. I'm
No.
I'm just curious.
Let's put it this way. I'm happy my nigga Takamichi didn't have Luffy in the bracket, bro.
All right.
That's all I gotta say. I ain't gonna speak on it.
The last one is gonna hurt. New school versus old school. The final round.
Yeah, wait.
It's Naruto
Before we
versus-
go there, I just gotta say, man, we got some accusations in the chat. My man Nicholas said, "Goofy, we Goofy of the year for the underdog praise that we giving this nigga." Goofy of the year, bro.
Yo, he nominated the whole podcast for Goofy of the Year.
He
Yo.
said, he said, I won't stand for this Takamichi praise in any regard. That man is goofy. Bro, you're not going to come for the hardest nigga in the streets like that.
That's what I'm saying. Folks really hate Takamichi. I don't
That's
understand.
crazy,
where
right?
this nigga's
Niggas really
coming
be hating him, bro. I don't know what like.
He
They really
stand
don't like
by
this
that.
nigga.
All I gotta say is, bro, I don't know nothing about your hands. I don't know nothing about who you are. But if it was between you and Takamichi in these streets, I know my money on Takamichi, bro. you could be a Golden Glove boxer, nigga.
Yo.
I got my money on Takamichi. He bout that shit, bro.
Hey, regardless of whether you beat him or not, bro, he got the ghost on speed dial. Somebody's pulling up to join you. He's gonna get sneaked.
And you ain't want no smoke with Mikey. You ain't want no Mikey smoke. So
It's not 1v1. If you think that you fight Takamichi and it's gonna be 1v1, you're
get
wrong,
jumped.
bro.
they gonna let him get his ass beat. They gonna let Takamichi get his ass beat.
Yeah.
Then you know Mikey gonna show up with a little kick at the end.
Right.
And it's a wrap.
If I saw a
100%
nigga
get
take
jumped.
if I saw a nigga take a Mikey kick in real life, I'd call the ambulance instantly. Oh, this nigga dead. Yo, he kicked the shit out dude ass like
Hey, I can't lie though. I know I'm taking it back to the last discussion, but maybe Mikey needs to go to jail. I'll just put that out there.
yes.
Nah, it's a simple little. Yeah, Mikey just need help, in my opinion, bro.
Future
I mean-
Mikey needs
Yeah,
jail
but
time.
you already know the
Nah,
American
he-
system. Help is prison. We sending your ass to prison first. You figure that shit out there.
Oh no, man. Oof.
But anyways, last matchup is Naruto versus Takamichi.
Oh.
This is gonna be hard for me.
I'm going
I really
Naruto.
want to say Takamichi with my
Either.
whole heart, just because of what Shippuden did to me. But my nostalgia is saying Naruto.
Bro.
Naruto
Well,
all the
my
way,
heart-
baby, baby.
Because Naruto did get dragged in similar fashions earlier on. My only problem was Nine-Tailed Fox saved him.
Dragged
That was
by
my
who?
only issue with it. But I don't know if I can necessarily bring that up here. Personally, though, I'm going to say Takamichi. Nostalgia, audience-wise, I'll say Naruto. But if we're talking just me personally, I lean more towards Takamichi right now. What Tokyo Revengers as a series did to me, solely based off of Takamichi's story, how interested I was, how close I was to that series, it's more than the entirety of Naruto. Maybe not more than the first part of Naruto, though, is what I would say.
Oh, yo, wow.
Yeah.
I'm going Naruto, baby. Naruto. We up.
Man, that's crazy because I
I
really
gotta
gotta
go.
go. I gotta go Takamichi because at the end of the day, their driving factors are both struggling to improve their own versions of manhood. So I
Right.
feel like their driving goals to me are kind of the same. And then after that, next to me gonna come their character development. I'm in the manga. Personally, I think Takamichi has grown considerably.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Compared to Naruto, which is if we count Boruto, he's grown, but if not,
Yeah.
Shippuden is really why I say, I guess I agree with MGG. Naruto, day 1 to middle of Shippuden, if you cut it there, perfect series. But the fact that I had to rest
Yeah.
makes it a negative to Naruto, bro. Because yes, it was my childhood, but it also was the first fucking defeat in childhood I took. Damn, they all gonna do me like this? I've been watching this for 10 years. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Takamichi right now.
Yeah, I think I still gotta go with Naruto. I feel like this.
Brr.
I feel like the whole tournament bracket would be like a whole different combo if the versus was more of not favorite Shonen MC but better Shonen MC. But I mean, the nostalgia factor just can't be ignored when you're thinking about favorites.
Yep.
And I mean, when we're talking about whole childhoods into teenager into young adult. I mean, like fuck. I mean, that's pretty much Naruto. I mean, like fuck.
Just know that I'm on your side, Player 5, that Takemichi is better, but for the sakes of getting this argument over, I had to say Naruto, but I'm with you on. Come on, bro. What Tokyo Revengers did and is doing is.
Man, y'all, Tokyo Revengers is good, but you gassing that shit a little too much.
You ain't been reading the manga.
Yes, I have, nigga. Yes, I have.
You read the manga?
Yeah.
You said we gassing
caught up.
Yeah, I'm probably like 3 chapters behind, but yeah.
Like that gas, nigga. That's what that is.
Nah, yo.
That's crazy.
No, sir.
They had some impactful moments there. Maybe you just wasn't invested in Takemichi from the beginning.
No, I fuck with Takemichi. That nigga beat Asta. I fuck with Asta too. Not as much as but
I mean, facts. If was in this bitch, tippity top.
He is. He's already there, but we wouldn't want to disrespect him by comparing him to other characters. So
got him.
You know the nigga that present the award, like, here you go, look.
Hey, you know what? The nigga you said in jail earlier, what's his name, Rimuru? Or whatever, I put him above a lot of niggas. I fuck with that nigga.
Ooh, yeah, I remember.
Slime. That's slime, nigga.
That might be the next one in the Sekai versus.
Oh, Isekai, that'd be hot.
I'm reading his books, man. That's
Yeah. All right. So jumping on to the manga segment. So before we get into the big popular series, I just gotta call these out here. A lot of series got canceled as of last week and this week.
True.
I was reading one called Neru the Martial Artist. It wasn't that great, so I wasn't surprised that it got canceled. But the one that did hurt me was Hunter's Guild Red Hood. That got canceled. It was decent, and I did find out, I didn't know this, but the guy who wrote it is actually like the understudy of the guy of the My Hero author Horikoshi.
Really?
So
wow.
Yeah, so
that
sucks a little bit.
They had potential.
Clearly, if it doesn't have clout behind its name from the author, it's not gonna last. So it's a little unfortunate. The other new one that just dropped, if anybody has read out there or here, Hell's Paradise. It's called Jigaraku, I believe. The author just started a new series, only 1 chapter dropped today, called Ayashimon or something like that. It was decent, typical action series. I think I'm gonna keep reading it, but that's it for new manga for me.
No, I mean that's pretty much to just piggyback. Like Hunter's Guild was gonna look. I mean, it was shaping up to look like a mad decent manga. Long story short. Gave it a little bit of time, could definitely see an anime. Premise, mad decent. The one thing that I will give just a couple big ups on as far as its way out is that, I mean, I don't know, this is pretty much a theory, but based on the last few chapters, I think that they almost took a shot at the fact that they were getting canceled. And it was just like, you know what? Yeah. I appreciate this. This is sad you're on your way out, but I'm glad you did it this way because you were on your way out. They pretty much just said it's just all BS. They pretty much broke the fourth wall in that respect.
I felt that too, and that's when I was like, oh, they're going to cancel this shit. Because I was just like, the way it was going, I was like, this seems like a finale. Yeah. And they were definitely like, stories are really just... So they're like, we just be doing this shit? Niggas just make us do this shit just because. Cancel. Fuck y'all. But anyways, Shonen Jump, give more of these manga a shot. I don't know how fucking expensive it is to publish the shit, but I hope that by now it's not that goddamn expensive to at least let niggas get to 100 chapters. Matter of fact, maybe that's too much. 50. At least give them 50. I feel like, because I feel like this 20 chapter shit is not enough, especially if you got a slow build. Like, you're not really gonna get what you're trying to get in 20 chapters, and then you force them to end it.
It is interesting though that why would they? Do they have a limit on the amount of series you think at one time? Because why even cancel certain things at all? Well,
That's what I'm saying.
they're not paying these
to see
niggas
where it
much
goes.
money. They're not getting much money anyway.
Probably
They can even just do
from
just online, only online, and that'll still be fine. So,
I feel like it has something to do with the publishing of it. So like the actual physical copy. I feel like digitally I don't see the concern, but I feel like when they publish the magazine, pages are then considered. There's a cost for that paper.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. There might
That's
be
where the
certain number of series they like just stick to, like
Yeah.
that makes a certain amount of return or whatever. But just do online only for the shit
That's
you
what I'm
cancel.
saying. Give the new ones like their own little area. Give them 50 chapters, bro. Like you could even businessy structure it so y'all don't even take on that much like financial load. But I just am like, let these. There's too many like good ones that I've read this past year that have been canceled. Really, and I can't understand why. I'm like, did you expect it to get a massive fan base that quickly, like in 20 chapters? Because I'm like, these series are good. If I had any of you guys read some of the series that I thought were good, I think you guys would come back with the same. Yeah, this is decent. They could have at least let this go. Like I've read worse manga that are still pulling out chapters, and they just cancel these random ones. I don't
I ain't
understand.
gonna lie, there's probably all types of behind the scenes shit.
Yeah.
Motherfucking bootlicking and shit like that. You know, like,
I can see it.
like all types of shit.
I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Cause I mean, I don't know, because Red Hood had the elements. Like it had the elements of a decent manga, and low key getting there for a good element for a good anime too. All it needed was time. So
I mean, that's how I
More
feel
of the
about
story.
it. Okay.
Shonen Jump need to hire us in their like strategy department.
yo,
That shit'll take off. You know.
100%. Next
That's
level.
it.
Next levels with the shits. All right, popular manga. Starting off with Black Clover. So the Black Bull Power Rangers, bro. Devastating is all I can say. I really appreciate how he put the Power Rangers together and they were able to fight Morris. Like, I just appreciated what he allowed the Black Bulls to do this entire arc in general. But like Gao showing up, that combo with Gray,
Yo, Gray
Gordon
respect.
with the Gordon with the I heal niggas type shit. I thought that was a dope little end to it. I like that we didn't spend that much time on Morris and we just hold his ass. I really enjoyed the fuck. I don't know why. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I was like, yeah, I kind of like that they just transferred this power and then they were just like, yeah, no, fuck it. No, we're not giving you Dante level respect, Morris. You just gonna get your ass dropped.
But
Next.
you know why I fuck with it is because the anime is so good with Black Clover that I know they gonna turn that up. The Morris fight gonna be cold. Once they hit, I'm gonna come back and be like, bro, the Morris fight was hard. Like, I'm already
Quick
doing
question
that.
though: who the fuck is Morris?
Exactly.
Right?
Where did he come from? Like,
He's a scientist from the Diamond Kingdom. He was like popping up here and there in different arcs.
He's a nigga that made Mars. Remember Mars, the first nigga I
The
also
diamond
fought
nigga?
with the
Yeah,
two. Yeah, he had the diamond in his head.
Yeah,
He
the
had the
diamond,
two different powers. Yeah, Morris made them niggas.
but then what? So how would he get? So he has like the demon, Dante's demon inside him.
Yeah.
yeah, Lucifer
It's-
dropped Dante, and then for him, long story short.
So the Spade Kingdom came and clopped the Diamond Kingdom. That's how they end up getting Morris. And then Morris was helping them get the cliff off tree going. And then he just fucked with that nigga. Lucifer fucked with him harder.
So they after they beat Dante, then the demon said, "Peace out."
Yeah, just
Yeah.
transferred to Morris. But now I
Right.
think he's actually about to come out because at the end they were showing
Right.
the door was opening.
Right,
So
right.
I that's why I was okay with him just getting dropped because I was like, that's what we care about anyways. Like, what is Morris gonna really like? What he did with his modification magic was whatever. The only highlight to me was the fact that it worked on intangible concepts, which was just
Yeah.
building on what we kind of already knew about the demon level magic, which is that when like that, I think that's what I was talking about, but didn't do a good job of explaining when the Nama and Lilith thing happened, where their fire and ice could burn like intangible concepts. Like if her dream magic was around, they could like actually light that shit on fire. Like that was hard to like wrap my head around, but they kind of like finally said
A
it.
little,
So
a little knock the Dorothy, ultimate magic. So y'all was saying, but anyway, so
she's still better than Jack, nigga. She fought the strongest
Bro,
demon
even he
and got
said that, bro, your dream magic is invincible. Good thing I'm broken.
Yeah,
Like he literally said Dream Magic was defensible.
All Jack gotta do is become broken, nigga. That's it.
Nah.
That's all he gotta do.
After seeing this nigga get washed like that, you still on his side.
I'm telling you.
I can't even vouch for that nigga no more. I thought he's gonna be the one, but
Motherfucker got caught in 4K
I'm
HD,
telling
getting his ass.
Woo.
But so all the other demons are coming out too. Then the other higher ranking demons, the one that was in the girl, she's coming out.
Nah, he
Right?
skipped the line. So basically, he was able to rearrange the shit so that Lucifero could come out right now. You get
But
what I'm saying?
isn't like the demon inside the girl coming out also?
What
She
girl?
already came out.
No, she
Mega
came
Cula.
out to kill her.
Yeah, I think Megicula's officially dead, kind of, right?
Oh man, I be breezing through these Black Clover chapters for real.
Yeah, no, she came out for real, and they killed her. And
No,
then
she
the
crashed,
other dude didn't. Beelzebub didn't fully come out. He just got dropped.
Yeah. So
Right,
like all
from
these
what I
demons, I guess, had different ways to finesse the system. Like,
Yeah.
one of them was gonna finesse inside the finesse anyway. So that's crazy. Hey, bro, imagine being that next cliff off devil. You like, ooh, that nigga Lucifero really about to get me out, and then he just skipped the line. Like, what?
And then the door closed right behind his ass.
Imagine waiting eternity for that to happen, bro. I know that nigga high.
Right?
Oh, so there was like a line of demons waiting to get out or something?
Yeah,
Hell
Lucifer
yeah.
was supposed to be at the end.
That was
Oh,
the
really?
poppin'est party. Niggas was passing out flyers in the demon world. Hey, bro, they opening the door.
Yeah.
What?
You know it's gonna be last?
So Lilith and Nama, because they showed the tree, and Lilith and Nama were at the top. So them first
Right.
demons that packed that nigga, what's his name now? Fucking sword homie. Them niggas was at the top, but then they shut it off by killing all the guys. But that's when Morris rearranged the cliff off so that Lucifer would come out first. And that nigga that was coming up next, I know he hot. Damn, bro, that nigga done got me. He probably waiting like, nah, it's cool. They gonna open that bitch back up. They gonna open that bitch back up.
No.
So Magical and the other guy, they were at the end too then?
Yeah, they were at the
Close
end.
to it, yeah, if anything.
Manicula had the finesse with the cursed niggas to get
So
out,
Lucifer is the strongest nigga.
apparently.
Mm.
Now, I don't know
So-
if this is just like a continuity error or if it's like an issue with translation, but them niggas also call Lucifugus, the nigga that Nocta was trying to summon when he was a kid, they call him the highest ranking devil too. So,
Well, they're the highest rank because like that's the highest rank. They're all that same rank, I assume.
okay, that might be how it works.
Yeah, it's still a little confusing because I thought Lucifer was still kind of like low key, like the Demon King, however you want to phrase it. So I mean, I don't know anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little lost on that part, but I just know come out and get his ass whooped. Like, that's pretty much what's about to happen.
I mean,
So-
we'll see. I don't know why, but I don't like thinking about it, but I have a feeling that Vengeance and Yami might kick it. I don't know why. I'm getting a bad feeling. But I think that might end up getting bodied, Vengeance and Yami, for some reason.
Bro, so I got an issue with Yami, and it's his grimoire. And so what these chapters have shown us is that if you're not a Clover Kingdom born person, you don't get a Clover grimoire. Asta didn't get a Clover grimoire. That nigga had to come out and choose that nigga, and it was a devil possessed grimoire. Yuno didn't get a Clover grimoire. His elf inside of him did. Why does Yami have a Clover grimoire? And he happens to have the perfect fucking magic needed to bring demons out. This shit a finesse, bro.
How so?
That's it.
Like, what's
Because
the
Yami
theory?
isn't from the Clover Kingdom. So he shouldn't have been given a Clover grimoire, just like the other two examples we have of Asta and Yuno not getting Clover grimoires.
So
Right.
when you say it's a finesse, like, what do you mean? Do you mean like he's gonna get a new
I think
book?
it's a
or-
finesse from somebody, either a demon or somebody working with a demon that was like, yo, I'm going to get this nigga dark magic. Because at the beginning of this chapter, they highlight the fact that dark magic is odd, evil, and it
Right.
just so happens to be a necessary magic to release all the demons. Like, so then why did this foreigner get a grimoire that happens to be the perfect grimoire needed to release demons when he shouldn't have gotten a grimoire in the first place? You know what I'm saying?
I'm starting to believe that the Julius theory is true. That, like, when you said that, that's what triggered in my mind. Because, like I said, did we find out who the last brother was?
No.
We just moved on. Like, for half a second, I thought they were trying to say it was Morris, but then I'm like, okay, no. So now I'm like, all right, we still don't know who this nigga is. To me, it looked like Yami's skin was peeling and shit. I didn't know if that nigga was gonna die or not. But like, when you said that, the very first person who, you know, bigged him up about how great his dark power was Julius. Julius was like, yo, shit, I fucking love that shit. I don't know, bro. Shit might end up being true that this nigga.
And he also got William.
Yeah.
You know, he brought both them niggas on his team.
His
and
two closest companions. Well, low-key, everybody is kind of a sus-ass nigga in Julius's group. When we saw the flashback, because even the fucking homie with the mask was there, and he ended up being the traitor, too. So
Right.
I'm looking more like...
Julius? Like, bro, who is you picking, bro?
Right,
I got this elf nigga that's gonna try and kill everybody. A nigga that I'm used for a demon sacrificing. Oh, this nigga gonna betray niggas too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like,
And you can see the future, bro. So what are you doing?
Yeah, bro. Julius is on some other shit, bro. And
and
he
then-
has been very quiet this whole arc, bro.
Tie all of that back into when that nigga let this bum ass nigga kill him. He was
Right.
like, oops.
Julius really about to be the big bad in this moment.
Bro,
Like,
Julius set these niggas up. And
I
gotta
guarantee you, look, if it's gonna go this way, when that nigga comes out, I don't know. See, this is my confusion. Maybe if he requires a host, Julius is about to show up in this moment and take that nigga body. That Lucifero's, he's gonna.
I mean, well, no, I mean, with the. that shouldn't be necessary, though.
Well, yeah,
Julius?
That's what I
Lucifero
said.
shouldn't need a
If he
body.
needs to.
You think Julius is coming?
Yeah, but it's
Magic-
not likely.
The
Because
Magic King?
Yeah.
I think
Well,
There's a
He's the
theory
bad
that
guy.
he's there's a theory that he's evil. Or he's
Oh.
the third brother. Fourth
Fourth.
brother.
Fourth brother of who?
The dark
The
triad.
Dark Triad,
There's a
but-
guy in a wheelchair that they were showing in the flashback.
Hey, we never seen Julius' legs. He always wearing that robe.
Okay, we seen his legs. What do you mean you haven't seen his legs? You serious right now?
He always wearing a robe. What you
Okay, I mean, like, during the fight, you saying that you literally never seen his legs once. There's no way.
They under that robe, boy.
Man.
My other thing is like, how does Julius get to make his coats like that? That's just like a random question for me.
Oh, I'm about to be like, wait, what's
in the
going?
Clover Kingdom with like special coats. Like everyone in this thing had the coats with like the fur and shit on it, where everyone else you just get a different color, but it's that same little jacket. You get what I'm saying? Like, was that because he was the strongest mage at that time, or like did he just was
No,
like, yeah,
I
fuck it,
think
my
you
niggas
get to
got different
design
coats.
yours, and that nigga was like, "Yo, I want fur on my shit."
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
you got it. You got it, shit.
Because if I'm making a group and niggas like, "Yeah, bro, let's get some mink shawls," like everybody,
Yeah.
what's it, yo? We getting cloth, nigga, black cloth.
Put a bull on that bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anything else on the Black Clover stuff?
Nah. I don't know how anybody can beat Lucifero. If he supposed to be league stronger than Lilith and Nama, and I
mean-
think only
And we
Asta
got
even
all.
came close.
That's what I'm saying. The power-ups got chugged out already. So unless
Whoa. I mean, we
this
said-
is like Yami's power-up,
We still got Yuno. So
no, this is
Yeah.
Yami's power-up. Because of this chapter specifically, this chapter was foreshadowing the power. Because if you
I think
remember,
he's dying.
he said, I wanted to form a team of niggas that are strong, but I also want to be stronger than them. We literally just watched the entire Black Bulls like double in power.
Did
I
he say
think
that?
we
I want
about
to be
to get a
stronger than
power-up
them?
from Yami.
Did he say that? I want to be stronger than them?
Well,
He
he's-
said, I want to be a leader that's strong. I'll pull up the quote in the background. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he said.
Because I got dying vibes too.
If he dies, he dies, bro.
If he dies, he'll go out doing something to like save them. It'll be like that.
Right. So I mean, don't forget the biggest thing, at least in my opinion, was the whole transference of the sword to Asta. But I felt like after that, that was like a death signal almost.
Damn.
He said, "I'll get stronger too, so that I can keep those idiots together."
There you go.
Well, I mean, like, hey, I hope so. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want Yami to die. It's just everything is pointing to him.
As
dying.
far as captains go, like him dying is a huge loss. I would immediately attack the Clover King.
Okay. Let's put it this way.
I would immediately like.
No,
the
he's not
Clover
dying.
King.
He said that he's definitely not dying then.
I just looked at this. It will literally be impossible. Okay, so like the only way Yami dies is if Lucifero is so crazy strong that like he just negates everybody power. Cause like you got old girl that love him and she can change fate. You got motherfucking Nero that can lock your wounds and keep you from dying. You got fucking Asta, Gordon, Charmy, all these healing niggas that can actually fix nearly any fucking thing that
Mimosa and
happens.
I think we got Mimosa now, yeah.
And real.
Are they in there in the background?
No, but they
I
should
mean-
be pulling up. Them niggas.
Yeah,
can't
they
be
should.
that
They
far.
should be pulling up. So, like, basically, you got all these niggas that have the ability to keep you alive. He shouldn't die here unless, like, that nigga Lucifero, like, nah, negated all of that. He out.
I mean, I hope that's the case.
I'm smelling the Yami power up. That's where I'm leaving it at.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that
coming.
we're gonna get a power up from him for sure. From this, what I saw in this chapter.
Think he gonna
And,
get some
like,
type of dark armor,
Yeah.
like everybody.
And what
else?
I right?
He's not gonna beat the demon by himself though.
Of course not. You
Oh
gotta-
yeah, no, not now.
Yeah,
There's too many power ups.
I mean, wasn't the girl demon all the way out?
Megicula?
Megicula, but
Yeah.
they killed her.
Yeah, so like they kill it pretty easily. I mean,
Yeah, but we don't know where the
easy.
tears.
Huh?
It took all of them to do that shit.
all of who? It was like 3 niggas,
All
man.
As far as like everyone that was really necessary, I would say what? Real, Charlotte, Noelle, Nozel. Who else was up in there?
Luck
Was up in there. Did we already say Gaja?
Mm.
Okay.
I
Oh,
tossed him
Gaja, you didn't say him, Gaja.
Yeah.
Was a Mimosa there?
She
Okay,
came at
well,
the end, though.
she
was
contributed.
like-
That's fair.
Okay, well, she
okay.
came
Okay.
in the end.
That's a good amount of people. Never mind. I thought it
Because
was
like,
3 niggas.
and they were all doing
So-
active spells. Like Charlotte
Right.
was like canceling out half of her curse power with her
Right.
fires.
They
That
were
nigga
using
real
their
made
bolts.
niggas unkillable. Like, and then my biggest thing is Undyne. Like that bitch been storing chakra for the queen's
Also
entire
true.
life. So that spirit dive was way stronger than Yuno's in my opinion.
Yeah.
Until Yuno powered up again.
That's the other thing, man. If Gordon was there
You
at
know
that fight,
Clover.
I would like to see how that would have gone.
Ooh.
Oh, if he was at the Noel fight.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been a great opportunity for him to show off that curse reversing shit that he was talking about, because I think that would have.
You think it would have worked against like the McGee?
That would be an opportunity to see, right?
I don't know.
If it could, but
That would
I
put
would-
him at like God tier. Like, yo, yeah, I just casually.
did they
Big
not
one.
though? I feel like they really put a big statement on the Power Rangers for what they did to Morris. Like they literally hold him like a goofy tier villain, bro. Like a
He was.
henchman.
He
They
was.
henchmaned his ass.
He was a henchman.
They
Not
say
the
he
way
had
he
a
was.
I mean, but not how he was doing it. I mean, he
Not
ended
the
up
way
being
he was
Thor.
talking.
Huh?
I mean, not Thor. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying.
They say he had a higher connection than Dante to Lucifero.
Oh, that's what
so
I'm
it's
saying.
reasonable to
They
think
said
that
they
he's
beat
at
Dante.
least stronger than Dante.
But
They-
you
Dante
gotta
was
understand,
his
like,
strongest sibling.
but Dante, like, if Dante came back to like, if the Black Rovers now were in the kingdom, and the Dante that came back then when he took Yami, he'd get dropped. He'd get dropped
Now,
immediately.
yes,
That's what I'm
because
saying.
that was their spiritual payback to what Dante did. If you
Right,
remember,
yeah.
he bodied them first. He came up and they were all there. The Power Rangers were there, and that's who he bodied first before Asta and them came to save him. So
Bro,
them
they
coming
did,
back
bro.
and dropping Norris was like a power statement of like these niggas are stronger than Dante, which
yeah.
to me was huge for like side ass characters in a shonen manga. Like
Well, together they're stronger. But yeah, if they beat Magic Cooler, she came out fully. If they beat her, there's no way a host guy is gonna put up a good fight.
That's fair. I mean, but like I said, the majority of the weightlifting on that was definitely Undyne with her fucking massive chakra pool.
Also true.
She hard carried that fight.
I give you that.
Followed by Real.
Oh yeah, that shit was broken. But
Oh yeah, real. He leveled up.
Yeah.
that nigga
Motherfuckers
took
talking
off,
about you
bro.
know almost gonna be him, bro. Chill out.
Well, I mean, now it was good. I mean, we can talk about that later, but
Nigga real took off. But yeah, that's it. Shout out to the Black Bull Power Rangers. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
Shout
They
out.
coming with the Megazord heavy and they fucking niggas up. I still didn't see what the fuck Vanessa did, but shout out to the rest of them though.
actually, that's a good point, though. Real talk. Vanessa really didn't get a power up. That's crazy.
I don't know how you can power up reality breaking though.
If she can touch concepts, easy.
That's it.
Oh,
Like,
there you go.
change reality on concept. She could finally go back and beat her mom because I was like, yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, all right. On to my hero.
Stars
Tomura for one, man. That's what I'm calling him. That's the name for now. How do we
You did
feel
what?
about Tomura for one?
All for
Instead
tomorrow?
of all for Shigaraki, because that sounds a
Okay.
little weird.
Fair.
What was the other one you said?
I was just saying all for tomorrow.
Oh,
But
That's-
no, like,
I can kind of hear that.
it sounded like the name of a TV show.
fair. Yeah, that nigga completed now, bro. He completed. It's
Yo.
over with. Like, GG, motherfucker.
So even from that last chapter, you don't think like that like Stars and Stripes like last
Oh
ditch
yeah,
effort?
keep forgetting about that shit. Y'all think that shit gonna stick?
Well,
I mean, I don't know about stick, but I think winking him to a decent degree as far as letting him lose out some
Oh,
quirks. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that was 100% to level the playing field because I
Right.
felt like that nigga was like, oh, wait a minute. Deku's gonna have a real tough time. doing this. So I felt like that, like, oh, we gonna steal some quirks from you real quick. Was that, all right, let's make it so they're both goats, but it just makes more sense.
He only had to get rid of one quirk. Let's be real, and that's disintegration. Like Tomura's actual quirk. If he didn't get rid of disintegration, like bro, it ain't changed shit. Because let's say if he got rid of all the muscle quirks, the nigga got what do you call it? New Order. He can just be like, I'm damn near as strong as All Might. He back up buff again. You feel me?
Well, he
Like,
won
if they didn't get rid of
New Water. He got to get rid of New Water.
Yeah, now he can't even use that bitch.
He has to get rid of New Water because that's the one.
They say he had to get rid of it.
Yeah, because she
That's the one
self-destructed
that's
that
killing.
shit.
Yeah, that's the one that's killing all his other quirks.
How
And
do
that's
you
why
get rid of the quirk if you don't have
give it
anybody
away.
to give it
he
to?
can do. That's his power. He can pass shit
Yeah,
on.
he was saying he's going to give it to one of the pilots or something. I guess.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But that's where it's gonna get fucked up because in my mind, I'm like, if he gives it to one of the pilots, then it happens again. But then the question becomes because her order was just it wasn't specifically Tomura. It was if anybody steal this shit, attack their quirks. But I'm guessing the pilots
They
don't
don't
have
have
a quirk.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, if he gives them, so are they just gonna be the new Stars and Stripes, or is the quirk just not gonna do shit anymore?
I mean, they'll have the quirk, but I assume they won't be as good as her because they haven't,
Well, of
practiced
course
with it.
that. I'm just wondering if they're actually gonna like if this power is actually gonna transfer, or if this is the last we're gonna see of New Order.
I see.
That's my
I mean,
question.
it's the last usable thing I think we will see. Because I mean, if she gives it to somebody unimportant, what they gonna do? Them niggas trash. That's like when
Hey,
Deku
come
first
on,
got
bro. They could fly a plane.
go crazy then.
I don't know. If I had to guess, I feel like in the very end of the fight, like simply what's going on now is just going to F him up so much that he's not going to be able to continue fighting, and she's going to somehow finesse gain the power back, and it's just going to be called in. Because in my opinion, like that was the one thing I was trying to figure out ever since they first met up. As far as Stars and Stripes and Tomorrow, is simply what is going to be the end result from this fight, and I just couldn't figure that out because initially I was just thinking that she was literally there to make Shigaraki more broken, and really that was going to piss me off if that was just the case. But now, if she actually has an everlasting effect or just a basic intro fight, so she's like, now I know what I'm dealing with, now let me rock with the other Japanese heroes and make a plan, that would make sense. But they were leading towards too much to one of them dying, which didn't make any sense to me. And now it's finally clicking. Because like he's actually taking reasonable, respective damage. And he's like pretty much going to the point where ish needs to happen or else I might lose / die. So in my opinion, I just feel like the power is just gonna somehow magically end up either back to her or to her, and then she gets capped. But it ends up with Shigaraki being a lot less stronger, a lot less broken. Then he runs away, and now he's more manageable to deal with. But
So 2 things came to mind with what you said. The first one was I forgot, but the second one was this the trap? You get what I'm saying? They made the Admiral Akbar reference, and technically her New Order court transfer was a trap. So I'm like, was this the callback to what that whole thing was?
No, I don't think so.
It could have been for sure.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think
Now I remember the other thing I want to say. The other thing I want to say is everything you just said just pissed me off more about the fucking Hero Society. And it was that one sentence you said of like she pulled up instead of working with the heroes. Like now that I think about it, I'm just like, why the fuck did she do that actually?
no, I thought that's what she was doing. Like Tamura rode up on her.
Intercepted. Okay. So
Yeah. Right?
Because I was about to
Did
go on
Shigaraki roll up on her? No.
That's not what happened.
I thought she
Basically,
was looking for that nigga.
she
Oh,
she
was
was
she?
looking for him.
Oh, did
They
Okay.
remember they said they got shit going on in their own countries, so they couldn't send her, and they were like, "Don't go."
And
She
she
said,
left
"Fuck
anyway."
that, I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
So-
Right, but I mean, I thought she was more pulling up to help, like Japan. You know what I mean?
No,
like
she-
help Japan
yeah, so-
handle
She's gonna
Shigaraki.
help. She's gonna help by fighting that nigga one
Yeah,
on one.
she was.
Oh.
She
Hey,
didn't want
oh my
to
God.
land in. She didn't want to land in Japan. No, I'm pulling up on this nigga.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, never mind.
I'm pulling up on you, nigga.
Damn.
But yeah, so now yeah, my hate for the Hero Society comes back again, which is y'all really are just fucking dumb, bro. Like they all just do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, every hero, every country,
Oh
like
my god.
it's a prerequisite to be dumb as a hero.
Clearly, there's no test you have to pass, man.
Wow.
There's no
you think-
strategy involved.
Did you think so? She thought she could actually beat him. I assume then.
She could,
Yeah.
but she just
Oh.
didn't understand.
I
I
don't
think
think
she
she
could if she knew, like, but she didn't know how deep that shit went. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I definitely think there was potential, right? Like, that one thing he even said was luck. That decaying the ground type bullshit.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
That would have ended him right there. So she definitely had the ability. Like, I don't fault her for her confidence. It was just that she didn't realize that All For One was also in there. Because honestly, if that was just Tomura and not Tomura for one, their combined consciousness, that nigga would have definitely been
That's
murdered.
true. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
What the
'cause
fuck?
it's like,
He would've
yeah, all the
been
one is just
dead.
smart. He just a smarter nigga than everyone else. Like
Yeah.
so,
I don't
that's
blame
really
her.
his quirk.
I don't blame her, the hero. I blame the society, kind of like what you're saying. Because if America would have just been like, yo, fuck
Well,
it,
that's
we
true.
working with these niggas. Let's go flood this nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just think ahead, like, oh, he at the top. Let's knock this nigga out, bro. Imagine if she had backup. Imagine if
True.
Deku and Endeavor were there.
That's
like
true.
Shigaraki dead. Like that's it. He's dead. You know.
That's
what I'm saying?
true. That's true.
The thing is, they probably underestimated this villain. They probably like a villain in Japan. That nigga ain't shit.
No, but they at the top running shit down to the
Right.
below. You know what I'm saying? Like they know he about that action. Them niggas was like, look, we was gonna send our people, but we got shit to deal with.
Right.
I'm like,
See,
bro,
that's how I know they don't fully know. Because if they really knew, they would have sent niggas for him. You know, they didn't really. They don't fully understand that this nigga is the one. Like,
sleep. I'd have just been like, bro, I'd have pulled, hey, Endeavor, I'm pulling up. Meet me in the Pacific Ocean.
100%.
Like-
That's where I'm just like, yeah, bro.
anybody that can fly, anyone that can fly, just meet me here. Just send the coordinates.
That's what I'm saying.
Meet
Like,
me here.
there's still some heroes left, y'all, and this is why I'm just like, they suck at effective planning. Because to be honest, the heroes that probably broke out of jail, yes, some of them are serious, but at a degree, some of these UA niggas are strong enough to handle it with a couple of like top 50 heroes, not the top 10. But whoever's left from the top 10 should be focused on like this Tomura assault, and then the top 50 should be able to take care with some UA
I'd say the
students.
top 100.
Yeah, they
Because the
should be.
Pussycat Dolls were top 100, and them niggas solid.
There you go. So they should have been able, if they were paired with UA kids, one, we get a better story because we get to still see them develop during the chaos. But two, then we have like the ability to make this whole thing make sense. And Endeavor, Hawks, All Might, Deku, Bakugo maybe can focus on trying to fucking find out where Tomura is and end this nigga instead of, hey, bro, world's in chaos, so we all just gonna do our own thing. Y'all figure it out. Like, oh, bro, the more I think about the Hero Society, the more it pisses me off. But the Stars and Stripes part, I thought that little final move was not what I expected her to use that power for, but I wasn't mad at it. If I put it that way.
I respect
final move.
The big old version of her.
Oh yeah.
It was a very All Might move, but honestly, I would say if that was your trump, well, her real trump card was that poison thing. But like, if that was her ultimate move, I don't know if that's where I would go if I had that quirk. If that's what you would see my strongest move being, but I won't say I was mad at it.
I think that was the best possible, strongest moves you could do. I'm talking about her end move, giant muscle version of her into 5 intercontinental ballistic nukes, and then punches you with 5 nukes in the face. Nigga, that's the hardest move you can do. She literally hit this nigga with 5 nukes. Like,
hey, I mean, really, the hardest move really is her saying, like, touching you and saying you're gonna die. It just didn't work on him, like, because he got 2 people inside.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I guess I felt like there could have been some creative ways. To me, it just seemed very what I thought her character was, which is like an American All Might copy. So she's just going to come out with some big, devastating shit. But I'm like, there's definitely fancier ways, I think, to finesse that kill with a power like hers. I'm not mad at what she did. I thought it was dope. I thought it looked dope. I just was like, okay, I don't know if that's really the best way to have executed this. I just feel like with her power, there was probably a foolproof solution. The name thing didn't work. I get that, but for some reason, I haven't come to it. I think there was something else.
Yeah, I would have to hear it to really see it. Because, like, low-key, if you really do think about it, like, homie really did need to get atomized because of that ultra regeneration, right?
100%.
And, like, 5 nukes, that should have did it.
Yeah,
right? So,
and you couldn't just touch him and do it, because, like, again, so
right.
his name won't work. So that's really, she just needed as much firepower as possible, and that's, like you said, what's more firepower than that shit.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't completely disagree with you just because of the flexibility of that ability in the first place. So I could maybe see another option popping up, but I honestly just can't think of it. So I can't say.
And that's where I'm at with it. Like I said, I'm not mad at the move. I just think it was more or less done for the flashiness of it from the reader standpoint.
Oh yeah, well, in that case,
it might have been the most effective in that situation.
I would say I'm kind of upset that like the power is kind of gone now because, like you said, it does seem like a lot more that it can do, and we didn't really see anything. Like we did, like you did at all. We just got out to.
I thought that was more than enough. I guess we did.
I would see like I would actually like for All For One to have it. Just because I know he gonna have some creative ass ways to use that shit. So I would love to see him
combining
use
it with other quirks. Like,
yeah.
See, my issue with him having that is that thematically it doesn't serve a purpose, right? Because he's probably gonna really use it to like, hey, if I touch you, you die. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of already has a "if I touch you, you die" move. Like it to me,
until that
like,
bitch get taken away.
Yeah, I guess, right? Like now, if they take it away and he gets stuck with this quirk, like they basically strip him down to just that quirk, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Okay.
It's not happening though. There's no way. He's getting this shit off. It's just a matter of like when and how. Like I said, I think that more or less why he got it was to trim the playing field. Because even with the full 100%, and even if Deku achieves like All Might level feats naturally without doing that full 100% thing, with the other quirks, I still can't see how Tomura wouldn't beat him, especially with the All For One intellect behind him. I do not think Deku is more strategic than the All For One I see right now. At least Deku right now. He definitely has battle strategies, but I don't know if like this nigga has prepped this shit for a while. And really his main goal is I just need to touch you. Like that's I don't know how he's trying to get it for the actually let me take that back because I don't know what his plan is to get One For All from Deku. But there is some plan, I'm guessing. So,
I mean, I don't know if he's trying to take One For All, right?
He is.
Yeah, that's his whole goal, taking One For All.
He said it.
Why?
He said that somehow that multiplying quirk helps him more than everything else he has.
I mean, if you just kill him, who else gonna do shit?
No,
I
he
think
wants
it's like
the
something
quirk.
in his head. Like, don't you know how quirks can kind of like affect you? Something in his head, just like, nah, nigga, you gotta get that quirk. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he's like irrationally like, instead of vapor, like, I gotta take this nigga quirk.
I'd vaporize his ass.
I really think that nigga just wanted to talk to his brother again.
Probably.
Like, fuck it.
Wow.
What if
That'd be
all this was
interesting.
just so he could be like, hey, bro, I'm sorry, bro.
As a civilian, I would
I'd
be
be
pissed the
done.
fuck off.
I'd
talking
be
about
so
civilian?
done, dude.
Into your brotherly drama, nigga.
Wow.
Hey, if the hero start low key, just let him get the quirk, you know, and it'll be all good.
But
bro,
you
put
can't
him
because
apart.
he's evil.
when it comes to the civilians, dog, because I went back to the chapter where she punched this nigga in the face with fucking nukes, dog, to the sea floor, bro. That bitch blew the sea floor. You know how big that wave is? So many millions of niggas are about to die, bro. Like, the resultant fucking tidal wave, it's niggas going.
Which is-
one earthquake did us dirty in 2011, bro, like, or 14. Nigga, it's over with. So many niggas dead from
Which is why it's even more of a bad decision to go that route. Because if she's an All Might-esque type person, that is way too loud of a move to use. Like, unless they're really for
Unless
sure
it
that
works.
they're that safe.
Unless it work.
That nigga Endeavor is on. Endeavor can see that shit from the mainland Japan. They in the Pacific Ocean. That nigga out, he flying along, and there's a panel where he literally looking to the side like, what the fuck? I'm like, bitch, what did you do? You sunk Japan. Like,
You such a...
Right.
Damn, bro. Got real.
I guess that's one way.
I did it for All Might.
surely the real world physics won't be in play here. Because if it is, all of Japan is dead anyway.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
That was a trap.
And then the United States, like, bro, we have to go to war. Why did y'all shoot 5 nukes over our fucking sea?
Ooh, that's fair though. That's fair.
Y'all told us to, bro. What? Like, what a ridiculous situation to be in.
Oh,
and
I'm
that
telling
bitch
you,
still lost.
There's an international incident after this of all the bullshit that happened, but I'll leave it alone.
Ooh. It's getting political.
Anything else? Do you guys want to put respect on with the Stars and Stripes some more for one? All right, let's close out with MVPs and Goofies. I have to think about mine, so someone can jump the line on me.
I'll go ahead.
Oh, unless you got yours ready.
Oh no, I'm just gonna piggyback since we were just talking about it. But I was actually gonna give my MVP to Stars and Stripes, to be real. At least as far as like those 2 chapters though, I thought she was going to make less noise or end up like having a goofy fight because of like how quick this fight ended up happening. But she came out swinging. Like I gotta definitely give big ups as far as to how she cranked it. And that last chapter, as far as to like, you know, slapping somebody with nukes, as far as like, you know, the action itself is pretty effing dope. And then at the very last second, as far as to when we think she's about to get catched, but actually threw on the whole curse with her quirk, that was actually very impressive and like pretty quick thinking. So I got to give it some big ups for that. As far as Goofy, I'm gonna give it to the manga or like the publishing, like a shonen, as far as like canceling the Hunters Guild Red Hood. It's just I was ready to see more of it, and as far as to them canceling it so quick, well, I mean, I don't got to rehash it, but it was just sad, disappointing. But I guess again, a side note, them last few chapters were low-key hilarious in retrospect. So big ups to that, but sad to see it go.
That's a good one.
I can go. If,
Yeah.
all right. So my MVP goes out to Arcane, the show on Netflix based on League of Legends. The art was amazing. I think stories and lore are already amazing in League of Legends. Like, even if you don't play the game, you should just like listen to their lore. It's pretty good. And they do a really good job of bringing it out. Like I said, the art just go fucking hard. Yeah, it's good, really good show. Like I said, I would think I would even have a better time watching it if I didn't play League of Legends. So everybody should peep it. And then Jobless Reincarnation is an isekai, really funny. 34-year-old dude gets reincarnated as like a baby, but remembers everything and gets magic. It's pretty solid. I like the inner monologue because that nigga kind of funny. And my
Especially as a baby.
Oh yeah, as a baby, I was like, boy, yo, that's tripping, bro.
Perverted as hell, bro.
Right?
The baby was like, I don't like the way this nigga looks.
I was like, that nigga's a good nigga, bro. The shit you can just get into, bro, like, I wouldn't even. You can't do it. Don't reincarnate me. I would be doing some stupid shit. But anyway, my goofy of the week goes to Jinx and Heimerdinger from Arcane. People that don't know League or watch it, y'all won't know who these people are. But Jinx was just tripping. She should have just sat her little ass down, and there would have been no problems. A little crazy ass needs to sit down. And then Heimerdinger was tripping off, like, not trying to forward technology. Just to give people a quick recap like this, basically a nigga that lives forever be trying to tell humans to slow down on their progression. And all these niggas like, bro, like, nigga, we died. Like,
wait, what?
Tripping. Yeah, they like, nigga, he be like, yeah, just sit on it for like a decade or two. And they like,
like a decade or two. Like a decade or two.
And I felt them on all of that. Like, bro, I'm not going for none of that. Bro.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I got mine now. So MVP for me has to go to The Harder They Fall on Netflix.
Ooh, that's right.
I really, really enjoyed that movie. Like, when I say it, if I end up overhyping it, niggas watching it think it's shit, oh well. But I enjoyed the fuck out of that movie. I thought it was a dope story. The actors, bro, Jonathan Majors and motherfucking Idris Elba just played their roles great. Like, when you see Dion Cole in the movie and, like, his act, I don't know what acting class he went to, but I gotta go there too. That nigga, like, was not what you would expect him to be. He had his jokes, but he was surprisingly serious in that shit. And then the other sleeper is, I don't remember the actor's name, but he's like the lawman in the movie. That guy, niggas did not pay attention to how subtly boss he was. He was making a lot of commentary that, like, in retrospect, after watching the movie like twice, like, you're like, oh, this nigga was a boss, bro. Like, he was like, yeah, I brought that nigga in by myself. And then he was like just bodying people in the last scenes. Anyways, I fucking love that movie.
Nigga Delroy, you know.
Yeah. I love that movie. It's going in my Hall of Fame of movies there. And I'm even more excited for how Jonathan Majors is going to play Kang in the future. Because he already did good in Loki in that one little scene. But now I'm even more excited how he's going to play him in the like actual movie. So good shit there. And then Goofy, I couldn't really find one, but I'm going to toss it out here anyway because I hate that nigga. Orochi from One Piece. He's trying to find a storyline at this point, and it's like lame as fuck. Like, I don't care. None of us care, but for some reason he wants us to, and I'm just waiting for someone to pull up wherever he's sitting and slap the shit out of him because we know he's not a real one. But anyways, that's it for me.
I don't have a Goofy. Like, it's hard for me to remember Goofies because I try to block this shit out. My MVP, well, I'm gonna give a couple of MVPs then. I was gonna give The Harder They Fall, but you already did that. So I'll give it to, let's see, Solo Leveling. That should have been great recently.
Oh, you caught up with it?
Yeah. And then just the books, the light novels in general. Those just be good as fuck.
Really?
Like, because I've been reading all the reincarnated slime joints.
They're light novels? I didn't know that. I thought it was a manga.
No, light novels. And I think Jobless Reincarnation is also a novel. So I'm going to right after I'm done with slime, I'm jumping into that shit. So
you found an app for that, for light novels? Or they just drop them like they drop chapters?
I mean, I buy them on like Amazon. Like,
okay. Oh, this nigga got money now. Hey, bro. It's nice to see that we as niggas have leveled up, bro. Niggas are trying to find free shit to like, yeah, bro, I just buy the novels now. Good shit, man.
I mean, if it's convenient, I'll pay for it. But, you know, that ain't shit.
All right.
All right. Well, that's it. Make sure you follow us on all the social medias, like the video on YouTube, comment, all that good stuff. We will catch you in the next episode. See ya.
Till next time.